give up. Fight forever. Don't give up. Fight forever. Don't give up. Fight forever. Fight forever and ever and ever and ever.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Developmentally Speaking. I am your host, the Prince of Queens, Brian Myers, former WWE superstar Kurt Hawkins, and this is my panel for the evening. To my left,
Too Cocky Kevin Matthews, 2006 Deep South Wrestling.
woo,
Ooh.
Yep, another Deep South Wrestling alumni, Kenny Omega. And
Gotta clear my throat.
Hit 'em
Sammy
with it.
Callihan, also known as my time in WWE NXT Performance Center Developmental NXT from time frame 2013 to 2015.
Whew. Okay, you got all the facts right there off the
That
bat.
was long.
we have some major credentials.
My-
here on this
Yeah,
couch
I had
here.
to. You guys, brother's been on Raw. Don't worry about him. Brother's in New Japan. I have to boost my ego somehow. I had to pad my stats.
All right, so this might be my favorite, question, and it's always my first question.
Yep.
Before you get signed, everybody has extra work stories. I don't know if you do. You know,
Oh, I
Extra
didn't.
work. Are we
you know what's
talking about
funny?
like
I didn't
customs
get
and
that.
stuff like that?
No.
like being an extra talent.
No, he got signed
okay.
right away, brother.
I did once, but my story's been told, but I want to hear your guys' stories. Cam, hit him with the for people that don't know.
See, I thought Kevin was one of the hosts with you.
No.
So this is your
Hell
own
no.
thing.
No one wants to put
I'm
me in
introducing
charge
the
of
High
anything.
Spots
Come on.
community to Kevin Matthews.
No one
I'm
wants to-
sorry, High
What?
Spots community.
God damn, see, these fans think they know everything, but then they pretend they don't know who I am.
So when I
That
think
makes
of
me feel
you
bad.
in the WWE, I think of what the night Chris Jericho got fired,
And I carry
and then you're carrying it out because they replay that clip over the years, and you're always in it.
I still
Little
never
trivia fact.
got any royalties on that or nothing. It was crazy. I was one of the four. It was myself, Dirty Money, Brad Attitude, and
Oh, I love Brad Attitude.
He's a developmentally speaking
Phil-
Love
alumni.
Brad Attitude.
Phil Brown is his name, right? Phil Brown, I think. It was the four of us. But back then, when I was doing a lot of I did like 26 shots in 2006. Tommy Dreamer was just
26.
Wow.
Dude, Tommy Dreamer was, I swear to God, Tommy Dreamer was just loading because we were willing to drive. Myself and Chrissy Vane, we lived in North Carolina, and that's a good spot because like everything down south from there, everything up north from there, everything's.
You can kinda get to places.
Yeah, we did a circle of like anywhere within 10 hours we were willing to drive because it was $250 a shot and it was always 2 dates. So
Oh, yeah,
between
brother.
the two of us,
Yeah.
that's $1,000. So even if we blew 200 in Gastol's hotel, we were still coming home to get. You know, you're getting paid $800 between the two of you after everything to get looked at, to try to get hired by WWE.
That's
It was a
right.
win-win-win-win-win-win across the board. That's right.
I didn't get my first check.
What?
I'll tell when it's my turn.
So,
It already
that's,
is. I
That's
have no
my
extra
extra
work.
work. So
No, nothing.
Never.
You never got what?
No. The
Well, I guess not.
the only
Winnipeg, where do they-
opportunity that I
Yeah.
had extra work in was when I was actually already there, and I had already spoken with John Laurinaitis about getting my release. So when we were
Did you ever
doing,
be an extra? He just went, fuck it.
yeah, I was sort of like the next weekend.
You
if
mean
we
like
all-
when they would make us all go?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
different.
I've never even
Yeah.
been to an arena, like in my spare time, to even look for work or try out or whatever. It's very strange the way
I like
into
your.
a
I'm gonna get to that because I
Yeah.
know a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Hit me. Well, I remember.
I wasn't ready.
We didn't even really know each other, and I
But we
remember.
knew each other.
But we knew of each other, and then I saw you there.
Yeah, you wore my shirt on a, what was it? It was like a WWE.com.
Probably. But I remember I saw you as an extra in the hallway. I was like, Death Machine, what the fuck? Just standing there in like a suit like an asshole. Because I know it's like
Yeah.
uncomfortable, so I knew
But
it.
that made it more uncomfortable because then all the other extras would,
Yeah.
people know you know. Oh,
Yeah.
we get it.
But I just knew if I knew somebody, I would always try to do the Young Bucks would come all the time, and I would try to
You and I
I
got
knew
me a
that,
lot of
you know.
the extras one time. So we're all standing out in the hallway waiting for Carano to let us in to
Mm-hmm.
fill out the paperwork and stuff. And we're sitting there and CM Punk walks by and he just walks by everyone that's there as an extra. He goes, Sammy fucking Callihan. He's like, this guy.
Jesus, really?
This guy, and he walked off. And then later in the night, he introduced me to Jericho in front of all the other extras, and all the other extras just sitting there, oh, fuck you, motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty big. But what that was the first time?
So
That was Boston?
I ended up doing, before I got signed, I did like 2 sets. So I did Raw and SmackDown, had a tryout down south.
Were you already on the radar at this time, or you were just getting thrown
I was on
dates for?
so
You worked fit, right?
here's how do you want me to tell the whole
This
story
is
of how
what this is for.
okay. So I had like talked to Mercury before, like 2 years prior. Like it was right when I started to get a lot of buzz on the indies. Like I guess a lot of people put my name over to him.
After your matches with me.
Yeah. No, I think this was before that actually. So I got a call from Mercury one day. He's like, "Oh yeah, like send me some stuff. Like maybe we can do Tryout sometime." Like yada yada yada. And I didn't hear back for a while. And then I remember Dreamer called me. He goes, "Ty Bailey's gonna be calling you soon." I'm like, "Okay." And Ty Bailey at the time is now what Canyon Seaman's job is. He was the guy in charge of hiring everyone. So I randomly got a call from Ty Bailey, and he's like, "Hey, Dreamer put you over real big. A bunch of other people put you over big. Like we want to bring you in as an extra and get you looked at." I did my first day, and like, and it was cool because when I got there, like Jamie Noble came right up to me, and Matt Stryker came out. He's like, "You're one of Dreamer's boys. Come right here." So like we do the first day, which Raw, where you really don't do anything.
Yeah.
And the second day, you have a match in the ring before the show, and I wrestled Scott Reed, and like it seemed like they really loved me.
Dude, what happened to that kid? He just vanished.
Yeah, he brought.
I had this conversation yesterday. He came over. I go, Scott Reed used to do like Evolve and
He
stuff.
sponsors me now. He owns his own nutrition.
Is he the
company.
one in Florida that's with like Cherry Lane?
No, he lives.
No, that's
up in-
Mike Reed.
No, he was like Jack,
Scott Reed
and he was
is-
tagged with Caleb all the
Yeah,
time. And
they're the original
I
scene.
think I was talking to Niece or somebody yesterday at the show. And I'm like, that guy just like vanished. Anyway, keep going.
So I ended up getting to go in. I went in, and the next day we had our match, and a good match. But like, what really got me over, so Regal and Brawler bring you into a room to kind of promo when you're extra.
Super
And-
intimidating and
Yeah, and
bizarre.
like there's people like we're all lined up in like the hallway, like in a line of extras, like just waiting to go in this room one by one. And I remember like Sasha Banks was there at the time, and like she was crying because she was real like nervous about going and having to do this. And people's like going over their promos and stuff, and
Like when you say crying, you mean the fucking girl like crying?
no, like nervous crying, like
Oh,
this is a big
man.
deal.
It would have been
Because
better if she was in the corner.
no, she was like
Now
she
you
was-
said this is in Boston, right? I remember
yeah,
this.
she was
We
like
remember,
19 at the time. She was like real young.
Oh, wow.
Hadn't been wrestling
I
that
didn't know
long.
she was that young.
And then
Jesus Christ, really?
yeah, she's young.
Yeah.
And then I think now it's like 23, 24,
Still
something like that,
crazy,
25.
Yeah.
So
Old
we
bitch.
did that, and I remember I was like in a really shitty mood when I was there for some reason, even though I had a WWE tryout finally, and like because I got back from Germany, and then like I flew from Germany. I wrestled fit in Germany, left Germany a day early, flew back to the States, got right in my car, and drove 6 hours to Boston.
Wow.
For that, so like, and then the next day I was leaving to go back to Japan. So like,
Jesus.
and so I just went in there, and they didn't want you to cut wrestling promos, so I cut this. Like, I just looked at them in the face. I was like, you know what? Screw this. Like, I talked like a normal person, just talk about what I've been doing and stuff, and I'm like, I'm beat to shit right now, and like I'm still here. And then they're like,
Yes,
no.
you are.
They're like, now
Go
can
on,
you, they're
yeah.
like, now can you cut a character promo? And I'm like, in my head I already know what I'm fucking gonna do. I'm gonna be crazy, creepy Sammy, and fucking. They're like, I'm like, yeah, no problem. They're like, oh, do you need a minute? And I just cut into fucking creepy Sammy, and they go, oh fuck, like, and then like apparently like my name got like brought up, like Brawler was telling everyone like we need to sign this kid right now. We need to sign this kid right now.
It's all like a game.
And
to
I
mess
do,
with it.
so I thought I was getting signed. That went great. Matt Marlera at the time was like helping out Hunter.
Yeah.
Came and like had me fill out all this paperwork. He's like, yeah, we like you. And like Bill DeMott even came up to me and he goes, kid, I thought you were way bigger. And I was like, well, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah,
That's
I watched
always-
You
you.
should have said, I thought you were way smaller.
That's always great.
I was like-
from wrestling, I thought you'd be bigger. I fucking hate
And I
it.
was like,
Say that. It's
and
like,
I said, well,
why would you say that?
And I'm like,
Your
well, I'm
tits are way
sorry.
smaller.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And he goes, no, it's good. You wrestle like a big guy. He goes, we'll be seeing you soon. So like, at this point, I'm like, I'm getting fucking
Yeah,
signed.
yeah.
Hell yeah. And then I go to Japan and I get an email from Nova, Mike Busey.
What?
Who was like,
Everyone pronounces his last name different.
Bucci.
Yeah, I
Busey.
say Bucci.
The Booch man.
Booty.
Gary Busey.
Yeah, get
Why? He has nothing to do with anything.
but because he was friends with Ty Bailey.
Wait, he wasn't even signed?
No.
I mean,
Oh.
he wasn't even hired?
He was
Oh,
been
you
fired for
didn't-
like 5 years
Yeah,
ago.
that's why I just got mindfucked. I was like, I got an
Yeah.
email. I was like,
But
wait,
he was,
why?
He was friends with Ty Bailey, so he just gave me a heads up.
He
He
thinks
goes,
he's
"Yo,
friends with
man,"
everybody.
He goes,
Yeah,
WWE loved you. Ty Bailey's gonna be hitting you up when you get back from Japan to
That's cool.
offer you a deal. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm getting signed. And I'm like all stoked. Comes the last day of Japan, getting ready to go home, and I get on the internet and I read in the dirt sheets. Ty Ty Bailey has been released from his WWE.
Oh shit, that's
So I
great.
get home and I'm like, what do I do now? And I try to email, call someone, and I didn't hear anything for 10 months.
Oof.
And I was like, then I was like, oh, I guess I'm never getting signed. So then like I just started killing it on the indies even more and fucking like, and then I got a call. I legit got back from Japan that day and drove to Pops to do a show at WXW Wrestle Homicide. And I got a call from Joey Mercury. He goes, this is a Sunday. He goes, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just chilling, just got back from Japan. He goes, can you do extra work in 2 weeks? Monday, Tuesday, they want to look at you again. I'm like, hell yeah, I do extra work in 2 weeks. And then that Monday, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm getting extra work again. Maybe I'll get signed this time. And I'm sorry, this is such a long story, but my story is real drawn out. So I randomly get a phone call, and I remember this is when Rich Swann was living with me in Jersey, and my best friend Alex Cologne, crazy little Puerto Rican kid.
Swan's signed right now, right?
Yeah, he's doing great, man.
Wrestler, not a ref.
No.
Dude, they
You
signed
heard
every
it?
small guy as a fucking
know,
referee.
yeah,
Like,
I
I'm
guess,
looking
yeah.
at
But
really
the
Bandito
difference- but-
Jr.
So they
Drake Younger?
they signed Bandito and Drake as refs, but you also got to think Bandito and Drake are 30, and they're
How old's Swan?
24.
Yeah.
Oh.
I could have sworn I heard Swan's name like 10 years ago. Holy Christ.
Because Swan's been wrestling on the indies
Since he was 6?
14.
Yeah.
Since
Oh,
he was
that's
14.
legit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Legit.
Okay.
Like,
Awesome, dude.
so
Cool.
So I get
Dude,
a
these
so
black
I
guys
randomly
don't
get a
age.
call.
He's-
I randomly get a call from a 203 number. I'm like, oh, that has to be WWE. I wonder what. I'm like, maybe they're not booking me as extra now. I answer is like, hello, sir. This is Canyon Seaman. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, and he started talking to me, and he's like, oh yeah, he's like, your name keeps getting brought up of everyone. Your match of fit has circulated. We want to bring you down for a week-long tryout in a couple weeks down in when it was still FCW.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, awesome. And I'm like, well, I'm booked for TVs next week. Should I still go? He's like, yeah, go collect the payday. And I got there, and Heyman came up to me because Heyman had invested interest in me because he wrote my ending promo for the arena for Gabe. Like, he helped Gabe out, wrote that
I remember
promo.
that, yeah.
And he walked up to me, he goes, I'm a big fan of yours. And I'm like, well, I'm a big fan of yours. And he walked right in Regal. He goes, yo, you guys need to give this kid a tryout. And Regal's like, we're giving him a tryout. He's going to get signed. So I'm like, hell yeah. And like, so I cut up another awesome promo that day. And then I go down the tryout. And the tryout is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Because it's not wrestling.
But wait, it's even worse. This is when at FCW, so they invited 20 of us down there, but they flew down there and paid us to be there. But then they allowed 60 people to pay $1,000 to be there for the tryout and intermingled with all of us. And the whole promise was whoever paid to do it, like one of them would get signed.
Oh,
That's what there's
really?
a lot of guys call it the $1,000 T-shirt because you get like an FCW shirt. when you're
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
So like,
Any notables that people would know on the indies that were at that tryout that paid?
So it ended up the guys that were the guy that ended up winning it was who is now former NXT Tag Champ Buddy Murphy, the Australian guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he paid to be
He
there?
flew himself from because like Australia gets no
That's an
exposure.
expensive flight, right?
He flew himself
Yeah.
from Australia, came down here in awesome shape, and like I don't think they were gonna be the guy they're gonna sign, but then his promo, he cut this fucking awesome promo.
That's
and they're
crazy.
like, sign
it's
that
like
kid.
what an investment in
Yep.
yourself.
But
Like,
then
a
also
gamble.
the guys that were invited, they ended up getting signing, was his tag partner Wesley Blake, who's an amazing dude.
Dory Funk guy.
Yeah.
right?
They ended up becoming a tag team.
He paid to be there too?
No,
No,
he
he
was
was
one of the guys.
with
brought
him.
down,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simon Gotch, who was one of the guys got brought down there, who got no one thought was going to get signed.
Where did he come out of? I'm a fan
He's
of
on
his.
the
Before
first.
Harley's.
He's on the first PWG show in 2002.
Yeah, he's been wrestling forever.
Oh, God.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and he was
Yeah.
he was doing like a Brian Danielson like strong style gimmick for the longest time. And then he stopped doing that, started doing the strongman, and Regal saw it, thought it was hilarious, brought him to TV, and he just wore his like striped pants and shirts as fez.
He got
all day.
signed off of the gimmick itself?
Yeah. He
Oh,
went in,
wow.
He did the tryout.
Oh,
and they're
wow.
Like,
No,
they-
okay.
like
Oh,
just
wow.
his
Oh,
look.
hey, wow.
And also he's a capable wrestler, so
Yeah.
that's a plus. I'm trying to think who else got signed from ours.
But as far as the guys who paid $1,000, it was only the one from Australia, right?
And then like Roxy Cotton and like
Wait, what the hell was she doing there? She got
Luscious
lost?
Latasha.
Why were they there?
They paid $1,000.
Why? To do what?
I don't know.
And you can't. That must have been the last one because now with the performance, you can't do that. There's no
Dude,
pay.
Dude,
was the last
Roxy
one.
Cotton, it was probably like 30-something. In terrible shape.
Well,
Like, why? She couldn't think of 1,000 other things to spend $1,000 on than give it to WWE
Dude, this
to
man
hang
had,
out.
like-
can't a man dream?
She's a girl. Wow.
This isn't them specifically. This is like also like a lot of people that pay to be there. I'm like, what? It's like American Idol, like belligerent mindfuck shit. Like they go out and they actually think they can sing. Like these people think they're gonna get signed.
Yo, were there any straight, like, pure trash backyarders?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, just horrible people. I almost
And then how do they split you up like who you work and shit? I wouldn't want to.
Don't. They just throw you in there.
Oh,
so
what
the
a
first day we
So
did.
someone that's a shits could basically jeopardize your tryout.
I've heard that
So
like
listen
from
to this.
hobby, like
Yeah.
First day, some guys have a little bit of experience, some guys don't have experience. People just there, and we're doing this drill. You whip the guy in the corner, guy doesn't open over you. Duck like 5 clotheslines in the corner, and then you scoop
Open over
the guy.
swing and miss.
yeah.
Yep. And
yeah.
the
Was
guy,
it a bill drill?
Yeah.
Course.
And
Open
the
over
guy
swing
went
miss, that's what
to
it
the
was.
guy went to schoolboy me and didn't
And it
even
ends
get
with a
behind
schoolboy,
me,
yeah.
went into my leg and like almost tore my fucking AC joint in my knee. And the first day my knee swelled up real bad. I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna tape this motherfucker up. And I taped it up and I went through that tryout like a fucking hard ass. Like that's one thing I'm like no one can take away from me. I went through that tryout like a hard ass. And then my promo, I almost fell asleep during like so. We had a line of so at this point there's 75 people. So last day is promo class. Everyone gets a minute. We all just sat in a line and watched everyone go, and I was the 74th person to cut a promo.
Holy fuck.
Whoa.
And I went up there in front of Dream and everyone else and cut just this generic, boring promo, and fucking I'm like, oh well, like I'm still getting signed. Because like Canyon pulled us a couple of us aside, like, hey, we want to talk to you a minute. So I'm like, well, that's probably good. So Canyon pulls me and this guy who was an OVW guy, Ali Baez.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because we were at a tryout, we were roommates, and like we
Yeah.
killed it. At, like, cause
He's a
he's a Persian guy.
global force
yeah,
guy now.
Oh, that's
Ali.
one of the
Was he
Ali
live from
Baez.
Australia?
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So we're like, hell, Canyon. So Canyon pulls in his room. He's like, yo, so we like both you guys. We will start your hiring process. I'm like, fuck, I got signed. Like, hell yeah. An hour later, before we're leaving the building, Canyon pulls us both to a side and he goes, so I kind of got a renege on what I just told you guys. And I'm like, and like instantly everything just, I'm like, what the fuck? He goes, so I haven't been doing this job long, so I can't just hire people. Like, I kind of got to go through some channels. And I was just informed by the office that you guys are not the typical type of people that we would hire, because Ali, you're 35, and Sammy, you're 5'8". But here's the thing: so everyone else got measured in their boots when we measured.
Mm-hmm.
So I got measured in my boots, and an hour later they pulled me back, take your boots off, and then we measured
Was in case
barefoot.
they throw a barefoot gimmick on you at
I
some
was
point.
like-
Yeah.
So I was like,
fuck?
so this is what we want to do. We want to bring you guys to Raw and SmackDown again and get one more opinion on
And
it.
hope that he gets younger and you get taller. Like, what the fuck? You know?
We get there. It's like,
Touche.
We're not gonna hire you because of this, but we're gonna give you another try and hope something changes.
we get there, and like Regal pulls me to the side. He goes, it's bullshit that you're here. You should be on NXT right now. He goes, you're one. He's like, I will not quit fighting for you till A, I don't have a job here, or B, I'm dead. He's like, you're a guy. He goes, you need to be here. You're
Just
so
had that,
special.
yeah.
And Brooklyn Brawler even came up to me and like, he's like, yo man, he goes, I heard
What are
your
you up to tonight?
He goes, I heard your promo wasn't the best at the thing.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, dude.
No comment.
Yeah. There's no hidden meaning behind that.
So to be honest, you want to hear something really funny? What he said, I didn't hear a word he said, but everyone started laughing, so I just did this.
yeah.
I don't know what he said, but
Yeah.
so me and him wrestled, and we get pulled in a room with Regal, Ryan Ward, who's the head writer of NXT and SmackDown, awesome guy, Ray, and freaking and
Deacon.
Matt Marlero and Road Dogg.
Yeah.
And we cut
So
a
it's all
promo,
kinda
and,
like-
and then they had me do a dark match with Fandango. Oh, it was like first matches.
Oh shit.
And
Was he
then
Fandango or Johnny Curtis?
He was simply Johnny.
Wait, you had a dark
Curtis.
match?
Right at,
You did do a dark before you got signed,
And I'm
right?
pretty sure what got me my job is I took a back body drop from Johnny Curtis like 1,000 foot in the air and just took this ridiculous bump.
Sounds like a high back body drop.
Yeah,
1,000 foot.
yeah. It's really
It's
high.
funny you mentioned that because I was going to ask you if you take good back body drops
Yeah.
today.
That's-
But yeah, I love it when people can
Love a
take
good
do
back
it,
body.
and it's like, yeah, I do too. Do you seriously do? Because I do.
Yeah.
I like-
It's so rare when guys can take it.
no,
I don't trust
Yeah.
like
But this
any
is-
guys to do it to me. So.
Exactly. So I used to take, I used to love taking back body drops, like, because I take them real high, like the Jeff Hardy ones.
Yeah, I love that. We're all
Yeah.
flailing. Yeah.
Because I
Trent
used
takes a
because
beautiful back body.
Where I was trained, I had to take them at like 300 pounds. So like I learned how to take them. But my thing is, like you said, I'm afraid to call it to certain people because I'm like, I want
trust
you to
factor.
fucking launch me, and some
Yeah.
people just go, ugh, and then fucking
Yeah, they launch you
land.
backwards.
Yeah.
It's all weird. Yeah.
Okay.
Some guys just
that
forget about it in
happens,
the middle of
and
the
then
night.
I go through this
Happens
whole
too.
process where Kanye's like, you hear from me in 2 weeks. I didn't hear anything. So you know what? I hit that motherfucker up every fucking week until I heard
Yeah, when you
something.
called him, did you literally call him Mr. Seaman?
Yeah.
Like,
What else you gonna?
What else you gonna do,
How
man?
do you fucking like do that with a straight face?
What else you
Hey,
gonna
listen,
do?
Mr. Seaman. How do you say it?
Everyone just calls him Canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, no one. Yeah, everyone calls. No one says Mr.
Well, if that was your name,
They
wouldn't
say
you like?
Canyon,
Wouldn't you
yeah.
pronounce it like Cayman? Like my name's Canyon Cayman or something. Why would you say Seaman?
That's his name.
I would. I don't know. I'd call
You
him.
would embrace that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's
Just
his
fucking
name.
name.
Like I feel like he didn't have a choice in that in his.
You
You
could
know
change
what I
that
mean?
fucking
name.
name. You could
Yeah, and
you
it's
could
like,
make your name whatever the
it's
hell you
just who he
want.
is. I'd call him the Seamanmeister if I knew him. You know what I
I
mean?
would love that
Holy
little
shit.
interaction.
It is, and like the thing is, like he never did anything to me, and when I've had
This is
discussions with
getting
him,
real
he
weird.
never did
No,
anything.
wait,
No,
when did you deal with Seaman?
he's hit
He
me up a
wasn't
couple
there
times.
when
Oh, wait,
he hit
let's
me a
get-
couple times.
This is good stuff. We have to
Yeah,
get
he
to
hit me up
this
a couple
later.
times.
We gotta
and,
go on
like,
a timeline.
He's never done anything to disrespect me.
Yeah, he's a
or,
nice guy.
Yeah, he's a very
Actually, I don't
legitimate-
never hear anyone say anything bad about
Nice
him.
This is
human
the
being.
one-
Whereas, like-
this is the one good thing about Canyon.
Yeah.
Canyon can kind of be a dick, but he's a guy that you know is going to shoot straight
Dick
about.
Seaman.
He'll shoot straight about anything. If you call him,
Yeah.
he's the type. He's the
This is getting
type.
out of control.
He's the type of guy that'll answer the phone and be like, "Oh yes, we're interested," or be like, "No, don't call me." Like, he's a straight
I've heard that a lot.
honest
Like
guy,
he's like,
and I'd
hey,
rather a guy be
you're too
honest
old.
For sure.
Stop
For
blowing
sure.
us up. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool. That's respectable.
Yeah, I mean,
So wait, that was it. And he called you and
So they finally gave me the paperwork, and I was like, "Oh, I'm signed." And then freaking my debut at going there
Yeah.
got pushed back for like 8 months because
Yeah, I
they're like,
remember
"You're
that.
gonna
They're
do this."
moving.
Yeah, because they're waiting for the PC to open.
Shit.
fucking Brooklyn Brawler. I gotta cramp my stomach from laughing. Okay. So I'm gonna throw this to Omega because
Yeah, what's up?
So you never had any extra work, but you went to a Harley Race tryout,
I did,
correct?
yeah.
So and I know this because like we came to Deep South like a little bit after you,
Yeah,
and I guess it was the first time Johnny had been down there to see either
that's
Zach
right.
or I and you.
That's
You were
right.
never
yeah.
an OVW? I thought you were
Never,
an OVW.
never, not even once. I never visited
So-
the facilities or anything.
I remember it's like when Johnny came, it was always like very scary, and we were all sitting on the bleachers in like our biz cash and stuff.
Yeah.
And like he gave us, he was yelling about people. He might have been yelling about people complaining, writing emails. And can you fucking
Yeah.
stop?
No, I just got.
Like,
Like he
this
was,
is when I was there, right? Yeah.
So he was. I think he came screaming at everyone about
Yeah.
writing emails about complaining about how hard it was and stuff.
So,
But then when he finished, he kind of like turned face. He's like, "We got a lot of new guys here." He's like, "We had a tryout in fucking Albany, wherever the fuck it was." He's like, "This kid, Chris Rambola, stand up!" And he puts Rambola over to the moon.
Yeah.
Like,
You had this. You guys did the tryout with Rumble in Buffalo.
no,
Who is this guy?
You want to know that?
exactly.
Oh, no,
No,
Pat
he
was on
never.
it, I think.
He looked like $1 million. He never
yeah,
amounted to
he had
anything.
great body,
Johnny
natural,
makes him stand
great
up. I mean,
natural
he
body.
puts him over. "Oh, Chris Rambola, this kid, blah blah. He stood out amongst everyone in this tryout, blah blah blah." He's like, "Where is he?" He's like, "Kenny Omega, stand up." He's like, "The next Brian Pillman. We had a tryout at Harley Race Camp.
How are
He
you
stood out,
fucking
blah blah blah." And then like he's about to be done, and Zach and I are like nudge each other, like, "Oh yeah, here's our turn." He's gonna,
Yeah.
We're the only other new people. We're like, "Here it comes." He's like,
And I'll
he's
talk
like,
to you
"All right."
guys later.
No,
Yeah,
he's like,
I'm out.
So anyway, he's like, "Oh wait,
Did I have
we got those two
blonde
new
guys?
blonde kids. Where are they?" And we stood up, and our hair wasn't blonde anymore. It was like fake dye. And we never even met Johnny. He saw photos of us.
Yeah.
Dreamer hired us. So he stood up, and he's like, "What the fuck? You're supposed to be blonde. Dye your hair." And he just keeps going to me. Like no put over, no nothing. We're like, "Oh, this is great stuff."
Then I had my girlfriend bleach her hair.
Yeah, 100%
Dude,
sure. We had to go to her
that's
house
what-
the next day. Anyway, but I just remember that because that moment that he
The
said he went.
biggest
had
rule I
the,
ever got from
camp.
WWE: they don't like change unless you tell them.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, those are all
If
developmental
you
rules.
cut
Tattoos.
your hair
Without
without letting them
asking,
know,
yeah.
Tattoos.
oh, they'd be so like. Because Bill's thing was everyone has long hair because then we can do whatever we want with you. We need you with short hair, we can cut it. But if we need you with long hair,
That's
you
like-
already got
that's-
long
That's
hair.
paranoia. Can you mind telling the story?
Yeah, no, I don't mind at all.
Okay.
I was actually in
Tell us,
Eldon.
Brian Pillman.
Yeah, I was in Eldon, Missouri, for a Harley Race tryout, and actually, what was advertised was the winners of this competition
working
were
with
gonna
Noah?
gonna go to Noah. Yeah, they're gonna become a young boy Noah. And at that time, that was like my end game. That's where I wanted to be. That was my WrestleMania.
Were you not in Japan at all at this
No, never been there. That was actually my first extended tour, like for more than a week.
Other than like PWG?
No, I hadn't even been
Dude,
there.
this
yet.
is like-
yeah,
We're
this is like
talking
this is-
2005.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, I
10,
made my-
10 years ago.
Yeah, I made my PWG debut in 2008, so
Oh, wow.
this predates all that. I was just a dude, like I was a nobody.
Just a Canadian dude.
Yeah,
The beautiful head of Brian Pillman hair.
right. Like
He's Brian Pillman. We signed him.
I had always just wanted to be like a top dog where I was from, and I never thought that I could be anything aside from that. And they had like an NWA convention where I can't remember really how it worked, but everyone was on the board of directors or whatever, and once a year one of the board of directors gets to house like an NWA convention at wherever their home city is. So one year it ended up being Winnipeg. Long story short, I wrestled Petey Williams, and he was the X Division champion, and we had
That's when like he had a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
And everyone was like,
yeah. So we had a great match, and I felt like, oh wow, like I could actually hang with these guys that are on TNA television. I mean, maybe he was better than me, whatever. But it was a good match, and I felt that if I apply myself, maybe I could actually make something of wrestling, and that'd be cool.
How old were you at this point, you think?
10 years ago, so how old are you now?
Yeah, so I'm 32.
So 22.
Right now, so it's 22.
Yeah.
So anyone that was involved with the NWA got this mass email from Harley saying like, I run this camp once a year. There's going to be representatives from Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan. At least 3 guys are going to go to the dojo out of this, and it's all based on your performance in the camp. And furthermore, the standouts in the camp are going to be put on a card in the end of the show. You might work with some Pro Wrestling Noah talent, but in either case, it's going to be aired on TV in Japan, so it's great exposure. So I thought it was fantastic because I had no.
That's your end of Japan.
Yeah, I had no other way to get there, and I'm just in the middle of nowhere in Canada. Nobody was a friend of anybody, so I couldn't get any like word of mouth press. So going someplace on my own dime was the only way to do it. So I went to this camp and really gunning hard for Noah because at that time that was my favorite promotion. And like day 2 or 3, Harley's like, well, we got a special surprise for y'all. He's like, guys, open that damn garage door. So they're like,
the slow reveal.
Yeah, the slow reveal. And he's
and it's just a silhouette coming out.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, it's all blinding light. I'm like, I can't see. Who is it?
You can't see until he steps out of the shadows, and then you just see the whole body.
And he's like, he's got like he's wearing like the suit and tie, but the suit jacket's off, is like over his shoulder. He's all like GQ. You know what I mean?
Who is this?
Johnny Hayes.
I was waiting.
And he walks in, he flashes a smile. He's like, "Hey guys,"
He does the catwalk, he does the.
He wasn't supposed to be there.
No, he wasn't supposed to be there. It was not
surprise.
Yeah, it's like,
I love how I wonder how long we look back at it. I wonder how long freaking Johnny was standing out behind this garage door. He's like, yo, go out.
He's like, God damn it. Yeah.
Stupid.
It would be better if he was hiding under the ring.
So everyone,
For the whole summer.
I kind of take
Cuts a hole through.
Like outside and go.
No word of a lie, like I didn't know what Johnny Ace's role in the company was, and I didn't care because I wasn't
Did you know who he was?
I knew he was because I watched so many like old tapes and stuff.
WCW.
Yeah.
That's what you thought.
So, the sheep herder's flag bearer.
Yeah. So, but I see everyone, they're looking around, they're getting uncomfortable, and they're kind of pacing, and they're spotting like, oh, geez, like doing this thing to their hair kind of thing.
That's what they did.
And he walks in, I was like, oh, I wonder what kind of guy he's going to be. That's really all I thought about it, because I didn't care. And then
Harley Race?
Yeah, Harley Race is like, well, we decided to add a surprise. There's a grand prize to this goddamn thing. The finalists go to Noah, but the grand prize, the ultimate prize, is going to be a WWE contract. And he's like,
everyone go,
yeah, and everyone was really quiet. They're all like, oh. Like, kind of like, oh,
how many
shit.
dudes?
I was going to say, how many dudes were there this thing?
There's a lot, like
50, 40?
think
I'll say 50, but
how many look like
there was
shit?
50, but it was split up into 2 arenas where like there was like a mini ring that didn't really have a spring or like much padding, and that was just to work on chain wrestling. Yeah, like really green guys. So Johnny's didn't even want to pay attention to that area. Okay. So there's like a good 30 of us, that were kind of competent in the ring. Okay. And then Harley was like, yeah, we got a lot of great guys coming out from our school. I'd like to direct the attention here to this man. He was just this big, huge guy, like the most jacked guy of the entire roster. And he did end up, he did end up going to Noah, but at the time...
who was it?
Do we know
that name?
Keith Walker.
Oh, he came to Deep South. He got signed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, but that was probably way later down the road.
Yeah, you weren't there, but yeah.
Right. Yeah.
A year later.
So
that was 2005. You got signed like the end of 2006.
So Johnny Ace goes right away. He goes, I like you. You look like Batista. We already got one. And then Harley's like, well, if I may, can I direct your attention? You know what I mean? and then he's like, calm down. He's like, let me tell you guys a story. He's like, we're at Raw, we're at SmackDown, full house, 13,000 people strong, everybody cheering, Cena. It's like, well, let me take you back. Me, Tokyo Dome. And he's like, 80,000 people. Yeah. I'm walking out, the fans chanting my name. I'm in character, but then I stop and I run my head and I go, yeah, this is cool. And he's like, what's the point of the story? He's like, so all you guys are going to get to Japan? Good on ya. He's like, but we're going to find one guy to come down with me. Wow. He's like, and I want to find who I like. He's like, and I guess they're going to go to Raw, go to SmackDown, maybe make $1 million. Back to the ring.
That's
you know what I mean? It was as if we're filming for a TV show. So man, I like this guy. Mm-hmm. So we did like we did practice matches. Yeah, so we did
rewind.
So we did practice matches, and I got put in with Keith Walker right away because Harley didn't like me. So Keith wasn't giving me anything, just eating me.
I've never actually seen Keith
Walker
wrestle.
I would try to fight
like a road warrior.
Yeah, so I tried to fight back on him, and he would no-sell it and shut me down, like completely no-sell. And then Johnny was like, whoa, stop. Why the fuck are you no-selling him? How does that benefit you? How does that benefit the match?
Are you guys calling this?
He's like, change. Yeah, it's just like, you going cold. Yeah, you going cold.
Oh.
Yeah. So then they bring another one of Harley's guys. And it was a guy like more around my size. So we actually started working an actual match. And the match is pretty decent. And I just call it back elbow at one point in time. So I stick the back elbow out, and he just runs full steam into it. And I swear to God, like there's nothing. I didn't follow through or anything, but he ran into it, and he tried to do like the twisty kind of bump, like Kurt
bump.
No, like more like the Kurt Hennig, like where you kind of twist and land your belly or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he popped his own nose with it. His nose started bleeding, and Harley's like, "Now let me stop this match. What are you doing trying to take the man's head off?" And then Johnny was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You see the way that guy tried to bump? Who do you think you are?" He's like,
so Harley,
yeah. So they're going back and forth, and then Kobashi's like, "Hey, I like this guy. I want to see him again." And then Johnny's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna ace crush you if you steal my guy." You know what I mean? They're all like joking around, and he's like, "No," I like him. He's like, "No, I like him. I'll ace crush you." And they're like joking around.
That was a real thing.
And,
Really doing that?
Yeah, and the press are all looking. They're like, "Oh, he's gonna ace crush him." And they're like taking pictures. They're joking around. They're like,
so they're really
they're just really giddy or whatever.
This is literally in front of you?
Yeah. It's in front of everybody.
They were playing tug of
So this is, let me get this straight. This is Johnny Ace.
Yeah.
And the most legendary Japanese wrestler of all time, Kenta Kobashi.
Yeah, joking around. He's pretending he's like, he's like, "I'm gonna step off these bleachers.
There's media there. There's media there. So
they were literally playing tug of war.
He's all like, "Oh, come on." He's like, "Nope, I'm hooking you. We're going."
Yo, what were you thinking? You're like WWE and Japan's fucking.
Yeah, I'm just like, no, right? I was like, okay, these are two guys from Japan. Like, this is not a WWE guy. Like, this is not. I haven't heard stories like this about anyone from Japan ever. But
what were
this
you
is
thinking?
cool.
Where did you want to go when you knew they both wanted to?
I was like, I don't care where I go, but like if I go to WWE, I want Chinese to look after me at this point. So, whatever. And I wrestle another match, like just they just bring another guy in, but it wasn't one of Harley's guys, it was just a guy. So we had a normal match with a normal finish, and it was fine. And then at the end of the day, they line us all up, and then Harley's like, I want to talk about from the heart. Which guys I liked and which guys I didn't like.
Just in front of everybody.
He's like, you, I like. You, man, look great. And he's like, you, great fundamentals. Wow, I could do some things with you. And he's like, you, a little reckless, boy. Because I guess he's talking about the nose again, right?
Yeah.
He's like a little reckless.
But you said though, I remember he was playing favoritism to his guy.
Oh yeah,
So like,
of course.
It was all his students.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a little reckless, kid.
Yeah, you're a little reckless. I don't know what to think about you. Don't know if I could put you on that card at the end of the week.
But now was he shutting down?
Can't have anyone getting hurt now.
Was he shutting down?
And then Johnny Ace was like, whoa, Harley. Calm the fuck down. So he's like, let me talk about this kid if you don't mind. And he's like, by all means, floor's yours. Go ahead. I ain't listening, but go ahead, And he's like, this is probably the only guy that could stand up in front of all of you and cut a 1.5 minute promo and actually be entertaining. I look at all of you and you're all cookie cutter bullshit. and then I was like, whoa. There's be fat words here. So then he's like, I want you to want me. No. He's like, I want...
Story's too much.
No, he's like, I want you to talk to me after. So, he like writes, he's like, this is my email, this is my number, this is my cell phone number, and
He doesn't have a business card.
he's like, and this is the number for my secretary Ann. And he's like, you see all these numbers? I'm like, yeah. Call Ann's number. I was like, well, why did you just give me that for the
same
beginning?
thing to me, same
You know what I
fucking
mean?
thing,
Yeah. It's like, call Ann's number, we'll set you up, have you do a 1 week tryout, and we'll go from there. And
Why
then,
the fuck would you need to do a tryout when Johnny Ace himself?
It's protocol.
yeah, I guess like
Yeah,
it
it's
was.
just-
Yeah,
At that time, no, it wasn't. People have gotten signed literally the day of they were offered without.
I
no
was a
tryouts and shit.
nobody, and I was like 180 pounds.
Doesn't matter.
I guess I don't know. Well,
I
Dude, there's been multiple people that just got signed on the
Well,
spot.
Kenny wasn't one of those.
yeah,
Bro, in front of Johnny
yeah.
Ace. He needed to impress someone else for them to tell Johnny Ace, yeah, he's good, sign him. When Johnny Ace himself, I mean, does that make
But at the
Does
same
that make any
time,
fucking sense?
But wait, you gotta look at it from the point of view of like the guys like the fucking Canyons and the fucking whoever has that job.
But at this point,
You
it's
gotta
just Johnny. There's no.
Yeah. Dude,
this
there's
is back-
no,
we're talking
There's no
10
chain
years
of
ago.
command.
I'm
It's like
saying,
Johnny.
Yeah, these are the. But you also gotta look like he has to cover his ass at the same time. Does he want to go full blown on this kid he just met that week and be like, okay, I'm gonna give you this? It's a bunch of money. Come down and work out, and then like.
Yeah.
If he believed half the shit he was saying at the camp, then yeah.
happened?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, let me follow up on this story
Yeah.
if you
No,
will.
fuck you, Kevin.
So I phone Ann, and Ann patches me through to Johnny.
Are we allowed to
and
curse on this?
Yeah, of course.
yeah, so Johnny's like, hey.
You and Johnny Ace are on like best friend levels already.
So funny.
Hey, Kenny!
But this is all believable because I said he gave that
Johnny boy!
He gave that put over speech my
yeah.
first day. And
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, oh shit.
How you doing, Kenny?
No, he's twirling
I'm doing
his hair on the phone.
Oh,
He's like,
wow.
hi, Kenny, it's me.
Keep going.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, it's my buddy. I can talk to my buddy again, right? So I'm like, hey, I'm like, what's up? And he's like, hey, how's it going? You remind me of my buddy, Brian Pillman. You mind if I talk to you like a buddy? I'm like, no, by all means. And I was like, anyone ever tell you look like Brian? And like,
many more times you can say
at
this?
this point, I'm thinking in my head,
Yeah,
like,
everyone tells me.
no, but I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I hear it like a lot. Like so much, man. He's like, yeah, I bet you do. Oh, wow.
There's a fucking $1 billion company to be running.
Yeah, I know. It's
Flirting
awesome.
on the phone.
Yo,
Yeah.
wait, when you did the fucking Harley Race tryout,
Yeah.
were you just straight wrestling, or did you show you like flamboyant charisma and shit like that?
I mean, I showed charisma in my
Like, is that what made
just
you
my
stand
practice
out?
matches. Yeah. Like I did stuff.
I was gonna say, compared
But
to
we never cut promos or anything like that. We didn't work in our gear up until that last show on the last day. And Johnny wasn't there for that last day anyway, so that had no bearing on his
It'd have
decision.
been funnier if did you work on the last day?
Yeah, I did.
It'd
And I
been
worked
funny
Keith
if, like,
Walker.
It'd been so funny if freaking Harley would be like, as soon as Ace left, he's like, you ain't on the show.
Yeah, no,
doing
but
it.
at the beginning, Harley tried to send me to the you're working out in the girls' ring. And I was like, what? And he's like, nope, not polished enough. Nope. And I was like, no, that must be some kind of mistake. And then it was one of his guys, actually, that liked me. Harley didn't like me, but he liked me. And then he brought me back and said, like, okay, well, you go back there, and if there's a problem, like, I'll stick up for you. And that's why I got to go into the big boys class or whatever. But anyways, so I was talking to Johnny Ace, and he's like, here's what we're going to do, Kenny. Like, you busy next week? I was like, no. He's like, but if you are, just tell me. We can move these things around. It's no big deal. And I was like, no.
At this time, Johnny's like the scariest,
Yeah.
meanest.
Yeah,
he likes
yeah,
me. He
yeah.
likes me a lot, man.
Yeah.
I mean, now that he's not in this position, he's like a completely different dude. Like, when on my way out, he
Yeah.
was so cool. Like, he was like this.
Yeah,
But I never
yeah.
saw a side of him for years.
I felt
Yeah.
really comfortable with him. I think I was 6'5", so it's like,
Yeah, you
guy.
got that thing.
Damn it, why couldn't I be so
Yeah, so
you're doing better than I am, being fucking 5'6".
so he's like, here's what we're gonna do, Kenny. If it's cool with you, come down, work out with the guys, you know, have a fun time. We'll set you up in a nice hotel room. Hell, we'll pay you every day. I'm like, you will? I was like, this is a tryout? He's like, well, of course we're gonna pad your wallet a little bit. We can't send you out there for nothing. And I was like, wow.
It was 500, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But I'd never heard anything like that before.
At that time, that's a lot of money.
So I was like,
I did the same thing. That was a lot of shit.
I was a nobody though.
So was I.
Like, I know, but you were in like a hotbed for good wrestling, and I wasn't.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it was crazy.
When I was 22, someone was like, I'll give you $500.
Dude,
I would have done some things for $500.
that was
you
gas
know?
and tolls on the fucking hotel for the week that you had to pay for. They didn't put you up.
So I like hung up the phone, and like the Power of Love like played in like my head.
Are you back to the Future fan?
Yeah, of
Or
course.
Huey Lewis fan?
both actually. Both stick it there. Yeah. So I was like, oh my god, I don't want to tell my parents because like if I screw this up, that sucks, you know. But like I gotta tell somebody. So then you know my parents came home and were sitting at the dinner table. I was like, I'm gonna take a trip for wrestling, guys. And they're like, again. You know, it's like, how much money is it going to cost you this time? Because the Harley cap costs
It's
me
like
a
on a
lot.
sitcom.
Yeah, and I was like, well, what if I told you I'm getting paid for this trip?
Ching.
And he's like, what? He's like, but you got to cover your flight and hotel, right? Nope. He's like, well, what's going on? Yeah, I don't know.
Small little company.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe you've heard of it before, called WWF. You know, I don't know. Maybe it was E by then. I don't know.
It was E like 5 years ago.
Whatever.
You gotta try it in the Attitude Era?
Yeah. So, long story short, Bill was super cool to me for the week.
So you went to Deep South?
Yeah.
You did not by choice. They just said go here.
Yeah, they said go. Yeah, we'll send you to Atlanta or whatever. Actually, no. No. Johnny was like, all right. He's like, you're a fucking athlete, aren't you, kid? I was like, yeah. He's like,
I
like,
love
he's like,
you.
yeah.
Holy
And
shit.
he's like, we got a lot of athletes in Deep South right now. He says, I think he'd be a good fit. I was like, really? He's like compared to OVW. He's like, yeah, definitely.
Wow,
It's like, we're trying to build athletes in Deep South Wrestling right now. I could see you being a good fit.
That's what was going on down there?
Yeah, that's what he said. So I was like, okay. So I went down there thinking that I just have to just like give it my all, bring it, and then if everything went well, I would get a contract. And then after I went home the next day, I was phoned at I think 7 or 8 a.m. and it was Dreamer. And then he said like,
That quickly?
yeah, like
Wow.
next day. And he was like, hey, is Tyson there? Like, hey, Tommy Dreamer. Hi. You want a contract? And at the time I was like, I'm thinking in my head like, I want to go to Japan still. But yes. Yeah, you know, that's fantastic. We'll send you paperwork. Bye. Click.
Jesus.
Did he talk numbers? Did he talk numbers with you on the phone?
Nothing.
I'm really
Yeah.
like upset about your phone calls you got because I had a really bad phone call one time that I thought
Really?
in my life talking to when Ty Bailey was the head of stuff.
Like for a guy that wanted nothing more than to go to Japan, my experience was so positive that it made me excited about going to WWE.
Wah, wah, wah.
And that leads to Kevin Matthews.
How in the fuck did WWE give you a contract?
Yeah, so they're hiring athletes for Deep South.
Yeah, they're hiring athletes from Deep South, so you can pick it up from there.
Well, fucking, aside from me being 6'5" and 260 pounds gassed at the time, I have no idea on earth how WWE signed me.
Cool long
Okay.
hair.
So,
Oh, you do that.
Cool long hair.
well, it wasn't cool long hair, it was horse hair. Let's take it back to 2005, February 2005. What did I
Very
do?
good with dates.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
wow.
that. I sent in
Oh, wow.
sent in my VHS tape
Oh,
to the
wow.
office. Oh wow!
Jesus.
Oh no! I sent in my VHS tape.
Yeah.
I didn't hear nothing from the office, and then there was a company called Cyberspace Wrestling.
Oh yeah, Billy Firemark.
Billy Firehawk.
What? Billy Firemark?
Yeah.
I'm from Ohio, bro.
And then I went down to hang out at one of the shows, so I was 21 at the time. At this time, I flew myself to Nashville a couple times to do TNA enhancement work. It was fucking brutal.
At the asylum.
At the fairgrounds.
Yeah, the asylum. They were like,
Was it called the
yeah,
asylum?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. One match was 45 seconds. Another one was like 3 minutes. It was fucking brutal. I was terrible.
But at the time,
Anyways,
that seemed so cool because you're like,
I mean, I didn't get paid. I spent $300 on a plane ticket. I paid my own stuff, bro. I was blowing like $500 to like
Cool.
wrestle for 45 seconds.
Yeah.
It was Yeah, no, it
But
wasn't
when
cool.
you're that young, you're so delusional. You're like, this is my big chance.
100%.
Dude, I was wearing basketball shorts and a basketball jersey, and I was sleeping in the locker room at TNA. Like, I had no clue what the fuck I was doing. Anyways,
You still
then a certain individual told me, like, you know, put on some size, you know, get on the gas. So I sauced it up a little bit. I'm not going to name names, but I sauced it up a little bit. And then I sent them my tape, and I was sitting on pins and needles, like, waiting for Dreamer. I'm waiting for someone to call, and I was like, is this how it works? You sent in a tape, and they call you and hire you? I don't know. I don't fucking know how to get hired by WWE, and the fuck. So then I knew Rob Feinstein was friends with Dreamer, so when I went to that cyberspace show, I'm sitting next to Feinstein, and I was like, yeah, I sent a tape to Dreamer, and he's like, when? I was like, 3 weeks ago. It's like, hold on. It's like, Tommy, is there a Kevin McDonald that sent you a video? He's like, yeah, I have it right here. It's like, okay, tell him to call me on so that show was Saturday, call me on Tuesday, whatever the fuck it was. And I was like, oh, my heart was like racing from that moment for the next 4 days.
That's a cool
then-
It's the worst.
And then, dude, I'll never forget the feeling when I'm like dialing on, God only knows what kind of, like my flip phone or whatever the hell I had back then. I'm like, do, and then my heart, and then every ring, my heart started racing quicker, and I literally had to think about what I was going to say beforehand. I was like, oh, Mr. Dreamer, this is Kevin McDonald. And then he didn't answer the first time, and then like the voicemail picked up, and I was about to leave voicemail, but then I got really nervous. I just hung up the phone. I was like, I'll call back. And then, I called back a second time.
And that's when he picks up, right?
I was actually in the car with
Yeah.
Danny DeMonto.
Oh, wow.
When I called back, no, it was
Good
better.
luck charm.
Oh, yeah, my good luck charm. He picked up the second time, and I was like, hi, this is Kevin McDonald.
you should really call Tommy Dreamer back.
Yeah.
What do you think? You have his number and everything. Call him right now, damn it. I'm telling you.
Nobody's gonna get any of this. Keep
It
going.
doesn't matter. Anyways.
We get it.
Yeah, that's all that matters. And they see us laughing, so they're probably laughing. And they're going to look him up and see him fall off a ladder. It's going to be
There you
great.
go.
Anyways, so then I call him back, and he answers. And I was like, hi, Mr. Dreamer. This is Kevin McDonald. Rob Feinstein called you a couple of days ago on my behalf. I sent you a VHS. Like Kevin McDonald, and you could tell he was looking at his paper. And later on, when I saw exactly how he did it, I knew what he was doing. He writes down your name, and he writes down little cliff notes. He's like, Kevin McDonald, tall, blah, blah, blah. And,
That's
and I
hilarious.
was like, okay. He's like, question, what nationality are you? I said, Dominican, Irish, and Polish. He's like, wow, that's fucked up. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, question, Philadelphia or Albany? I said, Philadelphia. He's like, all right. Then he just threw the 2 dates at me for Binghamton, New York weekend with mixing with Philadelphia. And I was like, okay, thank you. And then I was like, do I need to bring you anything? He's like, wear business casual and bring your gear. And I was like, okay, show up at the time. I was like, okay, thank you, bye. And I got off the phone. I was like, and then Danny's like,
Congratulations!
I wanted to kick him out of the car. I was like, bro, I'm booked for dirty. Get the fuck out of my car, you fat bastard.
For some reason, I imagine the whole time you're on the phone, Jimmy's like, tell him about me.
Yeah.
Pick me up.
You're welcome.
That's what you need. That's what you need. That's what you need. Thank you.
Why you say thank you, asshole?
Anyways, so
That starts your.
but at this time
Your
I
run?
already had started for a couple of months dating Chrissy Vane. I just moved to North Carolina at the time.
Who's Chrissy Vane? I've heard that name. I just can't place it.
she's now married to Connor of the Ascension.
Oh, okay, I know that.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit. Anyways, so she had gotten a tryout a couple of weeks before. And she actually fucking unheard of. She had a dark match. She wrestled another indie girl, Jenny Kelly, in a fucking dark
Wasn't she
match.
like pretty good for a while?
Chrissy
Good.
was
She was a
good.
deep south. She was a good worker.
Chrissy was good and hot and was
And
rare.
then she just was done.
Dude, they actually told her, like, without telling her, if you got a little bit bigger, we would sign you. Same thing with me. If you got a little bit bigger, they would sign you. They didn't say, like, get tits and get on the gas, but they said, get tits and get on the gas.
That'll never happen. That's something of the past.
Yeah, didn't they implement the wellness policy soon
You
thereafter?
were allowed to be gassed out of your fucking
In
gills
05,
walking through the door.
05,
Dude,
05 I call it the year of the gas. Go back, watch anything. Smash. Everyone's like,
Bro,
Yeah.
my blanket test that I took, they still call it blanket test. The first, well, no, back then it was a blanket test. The first test you're allowed to fail. I guess everything like with heroin and all this other shit. So mine came back. It's like my testosterone levels were through the fucking roof, and so deck in my system and everything. And then I bet you everyone's did except for like you.
It's been February 2006 is when Zach and I got signed, and that's the same month the policy started. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure.
So, anyways, now I'm living in North Carolina at the time. I didn't even tell Dreamer because he thought I was living in New York and like Philadelphia. I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm living in North Carolina at the time. It's Philadelphia's 7 hours. I don't give a fuck. I would have drove to California.
Yeah.
I went there. I got in the ring the first night because I was working for Alpha the Wild Samoan at the time, and he
I guess he just wanted to take credit for anybody like that goes there. It makes his company look good. It's understandable.
Yeah.
So he contacted Johnny Ace. He said to him, he's like, oh, he's one of my guys. He's coming down there. I mean, I got myself booked. You didn't really help me out. But I used his name to get booked in my first dark match. Because then when I was there, the first night, it was in Binghamton, New York. I think that's where... No, I didn't wrestle that first night. The second night was in the Wachovia Center in Pennsylvania. I don't even know if it's called that anymore. They keep switching the fucking name.
I think it is.
It's the 76 years building.
Oh, whatever it is. Anyways, then I was in the ring...
Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
I was in the ring... Actually, no, I stand corrected. I think I did wrestle. You're right. I did. I was Binghamton. I did wrestle in it. So I was in the ring with Big Vito.
Oh, that must have been great.
Was it dress Big Vito or hat
No,
Big
he was.
Vito?
It was non-contracted Big Vito trying to get signed.
After?
But pre all that.
Before.
We're really dating ourselves with Sammy. He's like, yo, this is before Ring of Honor. No.
Dude, so I was in the ring.
I'm young.
This is 10 years ago, bro.
I was wrestling around with Big Vito and whatever. Nobody. There was no agents. There was nobody watching or
10
nothing.
years ago, I was in high school.
But I was already smartened up. I forget who told me. They said like, fuck that training in the ring shit to impress the agents. That doesn't mean nothing. Find fucking Johnny Ace. Get over with Johnny Ace. So like that was always in my head. I was like, I'm not training in this ring bullshit. I just like abandoned the ring training with Big Vito after I was done with him while all these other guys are trying to get in the ring and train. And then I went in the back on a mission, like zigzagging through the locker room looking for Johnny Ace, and I bumped into him.
Looking big as fuck.
I guess. And I went up to him and was like, hi, my name's Kevin McDonald. Alpha said he sent you a letter on my behalf. He's like, yeah. He's like, were you in the ring? I said, yeah. He's like, who are you in there with? I should have said somebody else, but he's like, I was like, Big Vito. He's like, all right, that's the dark match for tonight. I was like, sweet, thanks. And then I was like, okay. And then I went up to him. I was like,
damn, you guys have such cool stories. Like, hi, yeah.
It was. It's crazy how like it's. They figured it all. It was like the Wild Wild West. Like, you never knew what the fuck.
Everything I had to do was like that thing with Ty Bailey.
It's more corporate and more structured.
And I called him man because I was really excited. I was like, oh, thanks, man, because I'm from the Midwest. He's not talking. It's like, thanks, man. He goes, don't call me man. I was like, I'm sorry, sir. He's like, don't call me sir. I'm like, what do I call you?
Who's this, the Ace?
No, this is Ty Bailey.
Wow.
He's like, don't call me sir. And I was like, well, what should I call you?
He said, ma'am.
I was like,
cool.
I was like,
cool.
Okay.
What did he say, cool?
I was like,
nothing.
I was like, awesome, man. He goes, don't call me man. I was like, I'm sorry, sir. And he goes, don't call me sir.
He said, okay, miss.
So I just, in my head, I just go, what should I call you? And he goes, click.
Jeez,
what a fucking dick.
All right, let's keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I did the match with Vito. It was very super basic. Like I looked back, it was bad on my behalf. I was the first time being babyfacing ever.
Vito's not good.
But no, I wasn't good either, dude.
I had to wrestle him in England at the Dixon camps in the dress.
Bro, like,
oh man,
I'm in a rear chinlock and I'm just like this. I think I might have even been clapping while it, maybe not clapping, but it was so bad. Like everything I did was, it was just very, very basic and generic. Anyways, but then from that point on, they just kept giving me more dates. I did cop shit, security. I don't think I was a cop. No, I was a bunch of security shit and all this other crap. I did the Jericho thing in Virginia, but I mean, at that point, we did like. I think I did shots in Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina.
Velocity?
Yeah, Georgia, North Carolina, Carolina, Virginia, Pennsylvania, upstate New York. Like it was, we were just driving everywhere. Yeah, dude. One time when we went to Pennsylvania, it was fucking snowing, and we had to go up the mountains and stuff like that. And the road was so thin, and there was no barricade, and you could just literally drive off the cliff. And I was driving Chrissy Vane's car, and it was this Amber O'Neil, Bullet Club.
Yeah.
And
the Bullet Babe.
And Mike Yamaha, and we were driving her Cavalier. And I swear to God, this road was fucking as narrow as this. And the car was just, I was going legit maybe 5 miles an hour. And the car was just fucking sliding close to the edge. And everyone's hearts were just dropping. And then there was nothing to do. And I drove it. And that was to get to WD taping. And we almost fucking died. I was like 5-10 miles an hour. And if anything above that, the car started to hydroplane close to the edge. Yeah, but then I got, my second match there was, it was Eminem or Sylvan. I think it was Eminem. It was Eminem, and Joey Mercury was a dick to me, dude. He was a dick in the locker room to me. Well, at the time he was. I remember, actually before I had that match and one of my million enhancement match, in one of my million bookings there, he told me there was nobody sitting in the back. The monitor was right there. You know, when all the chairs right by the monitor. Yeah. I'm sitting there. There's nobody else to fuck around. I think I'm doing the right thing. I'm dressed in my business casual, sitting there watching the show. He comes over and he's standing there. He was gimmicked up and stuff like that. And he's like, dude, what are you doing? I said, watching the show. He's like, you're sitting here like you fucking own the place. You don't even work here. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. And then I just like awkwardly stood up out of the chair, and then I stood next to this like sea of empty chairs with no one there. I'm like, what the fuck? It was really weird. And then I wound up wrestling
That's
him.
another thing that would never happen nowadays. Never.
Yeah, and then
I wish it would.
I went up to Matt Hardy
don't.
and I said, I asked him. He's like, dude, fucking ignore him. And then I wound up wrestling them a couple months later. Him and Nitro. It was a fucking. I could tell Joey didn't like. I don't know if he likes me now. He fucking always disliked me for some odd reason. I pissed him off with something somewhere down the line or whatever.
Sitting in that same chair.
I don't know, dude. He fucking healed the shit out of me for sitting in the one chair when there was like 30 of them and there was nothing else going on. So it was fucking weird. I wrestled in that match. It was just very basic. Actually, looking back, if you watch the match, it was me and Nick Burke. The match was probably like match was, I don't know, 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 6 minutes or whatever. Burke was in the ring for like 5 minutes and 15 seconds of that match, and then when I got taken, I think maybe it was done by design, but they don't know how I operate. The less I do, the happier I am. So if you're gonna pay me to be on TV and stand in the corner the entire match and actually do nothing, I was okay with that. So then that match came away.
Then you get tagged in, take the finish.
I got tagged in, fired up a little bit on Nitro, and then Mercury tagged in, gave me a double.
So how does this lead to the contract there?
Fast forwarding, more shots, and then finally, and Dreamer was just fucking chill. I wasn't calling him. Actually, no, I stand corrected. Myself and Christy Vane would go on the WWE website. And if you click on live events, that's exactly how we would do it. Click on live events, scroll down to live events, anything that was in 10-hour driving distance, we would mark down, boom, boom. I would send Dreamer an email. I was like, hey, this date, this date, this date, this date, this date. He would fire back. You could do this. It's like, done.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, like, he was
You get
fucking
paid
awesome.
just
Like you
to
made your
travel.
living like just.
I was
by
I was
chance.
so
Like-
pissed off when I would go there and it was just like California, Washington State, and all these places. I was like, I can't drive that
Yeah.
far. I
It was
can't.
like the last great like WWE jobber crew. Like they used to just go get a truck and get random in. You guys get in the truck, kids.
Like now they keep track of who's going, and you can't just do that. Like it would never happen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Moving along, then I did the final one. I was excited at this. I was in Greensboro, right where I lived, in the Greensboro Coliseum. It was myself and Sylvan, but originally it was supposed to be me and Doug Basham. And I politicked for that match too. Sometimes you gotta politic for these fucking matches. You can't just go in the ring and they're like, "Oh, you're good, get a match." Because one, I wasn't good. Oh, by the way, any of my pre-fucking show tryouts, like in front of the agent stuff, everyone was fucking brutal, like terrible.
That's
Like,
what that situation is, though. It's like
dude, it was fucking God. I never was able to call a match before him. It was always you and you get in the ring, have a match, and every single one was
so just
bad.
have an exciting match.
Bro,
And then
this-
people are out there just to shit on you. They're not there to like. Yeah,
Dude,
it's
this one I had with Sinister,
Yeah.
this guy Sinister X was this like 40-year-old huge jack guy. You know him?
I think I remember that guy.
Holy smokes, yo! Arn Anderson was sitting in the corner during the matches, bro. Like he's like hip tossing me into Arn Anderson and shit. It was,
We're running out of time. You gotta finish the story.
yo. Oh shit. Okay. Then I wound up wrestling Sylvan. I politicked for that one. I went to Sergeant Slaughter, who was going around the ring. I saw him putting together the card. I slid. I was like, yeah. I'm one of Alpha's guys, and I'm here. Blah blah. He's like, okay, I'll put you in the match with Doug Bash. I was like, right on. That was the second time I pulled that one off.
Oh my god.
People are gonna listen to this and they're gonna go there and like.
Smart though.
Anyways. Then that got switched around. The matches got flip flop. The match got.
Everyone was gonna say it.
Dude, I was a name dropping motherfucker. I didn't care. Pops didn't send me shit there. I got those bookings. So the match got flipped around a couple times. I wound up wrestling Sylvan. I was happy with the match. I was very, very happy with the match, and I was convinced that match was going to be the DLC. I was like, holy shit, I came out as they announced me from Greensboro. I came out babyface. Crowd was over. Sly gave me a shitload of stuff, man. I took this wicked bump that Pat Patterson, who was the agent of the match, which was weird, because he was Sly's match. I don't even think he was a real agent at that time. It was just especially for Sly.
I get it.
Okay, so he said Vince thought the match was on heat because of the heat aprons up, and he wanted a certain style replayed. He's like, he was in the back. He's like, replay, that was good. It was but it wasn't. He like, it's a dark match. He's like, oh, okay, never mind. He threw me into the ring post on the outside, and I kind of like did a flip bump onto the steps, and I rolled to the floor. And it's like, holy shit! So I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. And I was looking for Johnny Ace after the match in the back, because like Sly hugged me, kissed me, made out with me, all that shit. I got into the back.
Story checks out. All right,
Yeah,
keep going.
I got in the back looking for Johnny Ace. I'm looking, and I think I asked him, but I was like, hey, I think I asked Pat Patterson. I said, do you know where Johnny Ace is? He was like, oh, Johnny Ace, yeah, he's not here today. He just bought a house in Florida or Connecticut, and he's like, he's in the process of moving. I was like, oh, so I literally emailed Johnny Ace. I was like, I had a really good match. I don't know if you could view the dark matches. I was like, if you want to take a look at the dark match, it was really good. And so he never emailed me back. I'm like, yeah, fuck. So,
I don't even think sometimes they even film those because they're always like.
no, they film everything.
We do it for NXT and they'd be like, oh yeah, we filmed the dark matches, but we never see them. Like there's always an urban legend. Like if anyone could ever see that.
I've had a couple disappear.
Okay, so then at the end of 2005, I was finally given a couple more dates, and then when I did those dates, I was supposed to have a dark match. Kendone had a dark match with Caprice Coleman one night, and then they told me I have the dark match tomorrow, and Kendone was in the process of getting called up that awkward stage where he's not on TV, but he was on the road every week doing every dark match.
Yeah.
And then I was supposed to wrestle Kendone the next night. The next night got scratched. It was Kendone versus somebody else, and then Johnny Ace is in front of everyone. He's like, "You, come here." And then I was like, "Fuck, I didn't do nothing wrong." So I figured, I was like, "Dude, I'm getting signed right now." He brought me into his office. I was like, "Rock on." Do you even know this? I haven't told you this.
I don't know. That's not ringing a bell.
He brought me into the office, and then he's like, "Question." He's like, "What do you do for a living?" I was like, "Well, I work part-time at Hollywood Video," which I did in North Carolina. And he's like, "Would you be able to take a week off?" I was like, "Dude, I'll quit this job. I'll quit it right this second. Like, where are we going with this?" He's like, "I want to send you to Georgia for a week tryout, and if Bill gives you the thumbs up, then because I wasn't able to get you in the dark tonight, then it's a go-ahead." I was like, "Okay," and then that led to me going down for a week, and actually I had a kid, I forget his name, but in North Carolina, because Dream was like, "Work on your cardio. It's heavy cardio." So I had this kid, Jesse Ortega. He was from CWF Mid-Atlantic. I said, "Dude, you got to help me out with." He was doing blow-up drills with me. And me and Chrissy. Chrissy was a good partner. We were literally in the house doing 500 Hindu squats because we knew that was in store, and she didn't have to do it. She wasn't going there for a fucking tryout. So we were just like, every day we built up to doing 500 Hindu squats. So I went down for the tryout, and what?
Nothing. Oh, you got a minute?
We got a minute.
Oh shit. Okay, went down for the tryout and I got signed. That was it. Went down for the tryout, and Bill was again super duper nice, super duper cool, and then he gave me the Iggy. He told me that I'm getting signed.
Nice.
2 days before my girlfriend got signed, and they didn't even know we were dating, and we got our contract sent the same day.
I knew that.
Dreamer kayfabed it from Johnny Ace because he wouldn't sign both of us.
Oh.
So we ironically got signed 2 days apart from each other.
That's awesome. And now, before we lose camera, now this is how we all got signed.
Yeah.
The Bill DeMott heel turn to be continued. Okay, so at this point, everyone's told their story. Everyone's signed. Sammy goes to the performance center. You don't have a choice.
No.
That's the only. You got no other place to go.
They go. You're waiting until the performance center opens. You go in there, and that's going to be your house.
Still cool. You guys are old school like me. But I didn't get a choice. Like Dreamer called and said, "Hey, you're going to Deep South." But I've heard from time and time again. Sometimes he says, "Hey, where would you like to go?"
Yeah.
And that's what happened to you.
Yeah, well, I got a choice, and taking it back for a second, when the day I got back from Deep South, I had an email from Tommy Dreamer, and in it he gave me, he told me Tuesday at SmackDown I need you there. He told my girlfriend Monday at Raw we need you there. Again, Johnny is no clue we're dating. She shows up on Monday, they offer a contract. I show up on Tuesday, I'm like, "Fuck yeah." I tell her, I was like, "This is great." I was like, "I did the tryout already from the week. Why the fuck else?" Oh, and then Dreamer also told me in the email, he's giving me he's like, "Make sure you thank Johnny Ace for the opportunity." Dreamer's doing everything he could to get me signed.
Yeah.
Then, he congratulated, it's funny too, because then Tuesday came and went, and I thanked him for everything, and then he pulled me aside, he's like, he took, actually, I still have it to this day, took one of the booking sheets off the wall, because they used to be written on these little flimsy pieces of paper. I think it said like Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle or some shit on it, on all the matches for the night, circling the winners and all this shit. And on that, he wrote on the back of that, he said, "Ann Russo Gordon, number," he said, "caller."
How do they know the winners beforehand?
I have no idea. It's crazy.
Unbelievable.
My
So,
mind is
I guess,
fucking
yeah.
Shit.
So then he put her number down. He said, "Caller," I think it was Thursday or Friday or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, what the fuck does that mean? Like, I don't get, why can't you just tell me now?" kind of shit. And then, because now for that whole week, it's a matter of like, it's kind of awkward. It's like, Chrissy Mayne was already told she was getting signed. I'm fucking left in limbo. I had my tryout. It's like, what the fuck's gonna happen? I was like, what if she gets signed and I don't? Do I just go there as her lackey boyfriend and,
Good spot.
without a job, with no money? I mean, leave my luxurious job. I got fired from Hollywood Video because after
You both worked at Hollywood Video?
No, I did. Because after I was told that I was doing a tryout, I kind of started showing up late because I didn't care. And then when I walked in one day to punch in my code, the manager's like, "Well, there's just no need to do that anymore. Your services are no longer." And I was like,
wish you well on your future.
Yeah.
and then I remember told him, I was like, "Well, I don't give a shit. I have a tryout with WWE." They're like, "Yeah, good luck with that." I was like, "Fuck you guys."
You'll be coming back to Hollywood Video one day.
Yeah, Hollywood Video worked out really well in the long haul, didn't it? Anyways, so for that whole week, it was kind of stressful. And Dreamer actually left her a voicemail. He's like, "Congratulations on your contract." Now we just gotta work on getting your goofy fucking boyfriend a contract.
I love that he said that.
That was what happened.
I love that he
Verbatim, that's probably what he
So,
No, definitely.
and then no, that's 100% what he said.
Yeah.
And then I called the number, and then nobody answered. I left a voicemail, and then I got through Russo Gordon. She transferred me to Johnny Ace. I left him a voicemail. I got no response. Later on that day, an unknown number called me. I answer it, and it's Tommy Dreamer. He's like, "Hey, Kevin, this is Tommy Dreamer." It's like, "Oh, hi." He's like, "What are you doing right now?" I was like, "Nothing." He's like, "Well, you're about to be doing a lot better than nothing right now. You got yourself a job."
Hell yeah.
I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "Okay, thank you so much." I was like, "You know what?" And then it was legit shock where I put the phone down and I was just standing in the apartment by myself. I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "Ah!" I was like, "What the fuck do I do?" And I called it. I think I was shaking. I was like, "Listen," I was like, he fucking called me. He just signed me, and he's like, "Oh my god, yeah." Anyways, then we fast forward.
Oh my god, I fucking love you.
I love you, man.
We're going to developmental.
I love you so much. We actually, we think we seriously we did have sex that night. Totally had sex that night to celebrate celebration sex.
Anyway,
it was hot and spicy. So I had to fulfill the rest of my indie bookings. I didn't have to, but I thought I'd be cool. I was like,
You
listen,
actually
I got
had indie bookings?
my man back then.
in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Bro, I had your schedule back then minus money.
And to be
yeah.
a wild side.
So you had that shit schedule.
Yeah, and then I was like, yo, well, I gotta fulfill the rest of my dates. I don't even know why I would want to do that. I was like,
You had a job, you were like, yo, come
not only that, one of them was like WXW against Greg Matthews in like a hardcore match where we were throwing each other on chairs, and Chris Van's like, are you
Is
stupid?
this tough
like,
enough, Greg Matthews?
Yeah.
Yes. She's like,
Oh,
what are you doing?
wow.
She's like, are you stupid? Like, why would you risk this? Why would you risk getting hurt? You're signed. And I'm doing these hardcore matches for no money for offers. It was ridiculous.
It's okay, I did a death match with Drake 3 weeks for us.
Okay.
The PWG, right?
Yeah, but again, you got paid for that kind of stuff.
And I just wanted to
I did
do
not.
it.
I paid for it.
I think
basically.
in general, a lot of guys before they go, they do a real crazy match.
Get out of your system, man.
Yeah.
It's risky, but whatever.
Yeah.
And I hadn't done it in a long time. I was like, fuck it. If I'm never gonna wrestle Drake again, I want to go out. Fucking.
So, anyways, I fulfilled the rest of my bookings, and then one of them was up here. We came from North Carolina, and then we took a trip to Connecticut to see the building and see our new employers. And Dreamer gave us a grand tour. Shane McMahon was there, who was super duper cool with us. Like,
Cool, he's just the coolest.
I never got the
he's
cool
awesome.
fucking tour of the building.
No.
Yeah, he took us a tour
That's
of
an
the
old
building.
school thing, too.
Took us a tour of the building. He showed us Vince's office with the fucking red carpet, and like Vince's office has a shoot red carpet at the time in it that led. It was an office that led to his office with a red carpet. It's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
You see, obviously.
It's in Beyond the Mat a little bit. He's got up here. You can see a little bit of it.
Yeah, so I don't know. Oh, and then when Johnny Ace was there, I was like, Kristen Eubanks and Kevin McDonald. Like, I never knew you guys were dating. You should have told me. I said I didn't want that to, affect us getting signed. It wouldn't have. Bullshit. You would have signed one of us, not both of us.
Yeah, I guess
So then Tommy calls me later on, and he's like, "Okay, so I have you both going to OVW because originally they were going to separate you guys. I forget which one was going. I think she was going to Deep South, and I was going to Kentucky.
Wow.
And then I was like, I switched it where you're both going to Louisville. And looking back, I didn't pick up the signs. I was just a young fucking stupid kid because again, I had that great week in Deep South where Bill was fucking loving me, and I always looked at it, and I still don't think I was wrong for doing this. I was like, dude, Bill liked me. There was fucking 20 people there. There's 80 in OVW. I said, I'll stand out so much more here, so much quicker. It's a new developmental, and I know everyone there. I was already there for a week. It was just, and Bill, the trainer, liked me. I felt comfortable. I was like, no, I want to go there. I don't want to go to OVW, blah, blah, blah. And I told him, I was like, no, switches. We both want to go to Deep South. He's like, why? And I was like, well, no, it was good, blah, blah. And then he's like, you sure? And it was such a fucking like, you sure you want to go there?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. He's like, okay, you sure you want to go there? Like,
It might have been different if you would have picked OVW.
I mean, it's like the fucking butterfly effect. Everything would have been a different path. I could have been fucking main eventing WrestleMania. Not likely. I probably would have been fired from my mouth, Teddy Hart style, like out of OVW. But I mean, there's no way to know unless you take the time.
Dreamer's doing that because Deep South, there's already problems.
I mean,
Yeah.
Because it's been open like a little while now.
well, I guess I think he liked us, and he was like saying like.
No, but I
he
mean,
knew-
the talent's already complaining.
Oh, everyone's
That's what I'm
complaining.
saying,
He was
yeah.
trying to give us the Iggy, like, to protect us without even realizing it. But, I mean, yeah, if I would have went there for, like, right off the bat, Chrissy Vane wouldn't be married to Connor in the Ascension. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like a fucking...
A lot of things would be different.
A lot of things would be different. Like, if I would have went there, the timeline would have been fucked up. Maybe
You
me
wouldn't
and
have had
Pat...
a ferret, though.
I wouldn't have had a ferret, exactly.
That sucks.
Maybe I wouldn't have been back, and Pat wouldn't have... I wouldn't have met...
Maybe
like,
you
hung
never
out
would
with
have
Pat.
beat me in a ladder match.
Maybe I would have never beat you in a ladder. Maybe I would have never wrestled in a barbed wire match. It would have fucked up a whole timeline. And I'm
I
actually...
wouldn't be here right now.
Maybe he wouldn't be here right now.
So you guys
Maybe he wouldn't be in
never
the...
met.
Maybe he wouldn't be in the Bullet
So
Club.
did you have a choice?
No.
Oh
but
shit! You really wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, we never would have known each other.
This is fucking crazy right now.
Yeah. It was suggested to me that I would stand out there because of my athletic ability. But that's it. It's like,
What athletic
you know,
ability?
yeah.
The worst wrestler
They
ever.
just said, you know, you're a little smaller. Says, but you have charisma and you have a lot of athletic ability. So we really think you could stand out in Deep South. We think it'd be a good fit. So what do you say, kind of thing.
And you can jump
Yeah.
really high.
Yeah, and it was just
Just
one
like
of
the
those.
head trainer.
It was one of those deals where it was like, okay, well, you're pretty much telling me where to go, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm not, and I didn't know anything about OVW. Didn't have any friends there, or, you know, I said, yeah, okay, yeah, cool, you know. And like, why would I say no at that point? You know, I was just surprised to even
You're
have
so
the deal.
happy.
Another thing, I don't know
Yeah.
if you want to talk about this, but I remember, like, did they take your visa money out of your pay? So you were making, like, no money?
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Can you explain
That was that was even at the PC. All the internationals.
That still goes on?
I think you still do, don't you?
They take a percentage out of your check every week until.
But yours was like half of 500, right?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
insane.
It was crazy.
You were 500, right?
But still,
500.
Damn, I had that good deal.
comparing.
Oh, dude.
You got the new deal.
Yeah.
The new deal's not 26 no more.
Yeah.
Isn't it 45 starting?
Starting, yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, comparing it to what
And
I
you
would
get
have
raises
made.
like for doing it.
Yeah, we got raises,
Yeah.
alright.
Sit up.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We got raises, my dick.
Well,
Okay.
anyhow,
Raises.
I knew it was a raw deal, and everyone told me it was a raw deal. But I always thought of it like, if I was trying to make a living doing wrestling on the Indies, where I'm from,
Yeah.
I'm still doing great.
Yeah.
You know, because I couldn't have made $250 in 1 week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In Canada,
Yeah.
where I was
Think
from,
about it,
there's
when
no
you're
way.
that young too, you're like, I'd work fucking 40 hours a week trying to get a $250 paycheck sometimes. Like,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, I'm gonna get paid $250 to wrestle for WWE. You
Yeah.
fucking hell
Yeah,
yeah.
like I could have worked a lot of overtime at my grocery store or whatever, but it just wasn't the
You
same.
were what,
like,
21?
22 or 3-ish.
I was like
yeah.
22.
Yeah.
You were?
So that was 20.
Yeah, you were 20.
Wow.
What were you?
I was 25.
So can we get into Deep South a little bit and
Yeah,
how
of
hard
course.
it was, like the physicality
Yeah.
and what you thought and
We all had different experiences there.
Yeah, so, whoever wants to start.
Go,
Like,
go.
okay, yeah.
I'm
yeah, like I could start on my Tryout actually.
Well, we could go in a row because you left first, and then it was me, and then...
Yeah, because I want to hear why you left.
I don't
heard
tell
that.
stories. I host.
There you have it. Yeah. I can start on my Tryout right away, just like everyone had said. Deep South is a very physical place. None of the drills were really centered around wrestling. Yeah, it was all about
It's
you know.
crazy. With
Yeah.
the background is
But dude,
weird,
I bet
Yeah.
you had a hell of a vault into the ring after that time.
Yeah, yeah, and you know what?
Hell
Like
of a vault.
watching a lot of the guys unable to complete drills and stuff, I thought, okay, if this is a tryout and I'm completing everything, I'm one of like the 3 guys actually doing it, and I could say right now the 3 guys that were completing drills were Mike Taylor, myself,
Like Taylor's a
and
workhorse.
yeah,
Derek
and,
Nittkirk.
and Tommy Swade. No, Nightkerk was banged
Tommy
up.
Swade.
Yeah, he's always
Yeah.
hurt. I mean, I saw him work, but
Yeah, no,
Tommy-
he's a great
Tommy
worker.
Swade was always good. Never got that break either.
he was in developmental with us and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and even like when we would do like long runs and stuff, I'd be like, okay, I want to come in first, and it was either like I was first or Tommy Swade was first, so I was like, okay, second ain't bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like they wouldn't even acknowledge something like that.
No, they didn't. In the
Right,
end, they
yeah.
didn't. But I thought that because there's such little wrestling here, what else makes a difference? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what exactly
Just
is? Yeah.
not causing a problem and keeping your mouth shut. I guess.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You remember that run at the beginning we were doing? Sonny Siaki would cut through halfway and then get back and...
Dude, he used
Yeah.
to give me heart attacks.
Oh,
He
he
cheat
he
on
was so
drills and
funny.
stuff.
Yeah,
and
the
he
way
was
he
so
would
scared
cheat
to
was
get-
so funny.
So it was funny, but I was so young and scared of Bill and everybody.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
scared to get caught. Like we have to do those high knees, and you have a guy watching you from the floor.
Yeah.
Tell me when he's looking at that, and he would just chill.
Who's Siaki?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I have to give him the high sign, and then you go, dude,
Yeah.
my heart
Yeah.
racing.
And then like when he would go, he'd be like,
Yeah.
He'd have that look on his face. It's like so good.
Dude,
And like
See how
when he
goes
would cut through, like the mall, he would take his shirt off and he'd be pretending to dab sweat off his head. He's like, oh god.
and the other one, Johnny Swinger would do that to me too, because he was another like veteran. He was
Yeah.
like, I'm not fucking doing all this crazy shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He would do the same. Like, motherfucker, and I'd be like scared to death. Like,
Yeah.
Dude, how does that even work though? Swinger did his WCW run and then ECW run, and they're like, you're going to developmental, you gotta like train with like guys that
My face-
like Rambola that we have no training at
my
all. Like,
favorite, and I
come
just
on.
told him this story because I did indie with him, Gangrel. We walked in one day.
Awesome.
Gangrel's there, and he goes, "Oh, cool, Gangrel, guest seminar," and Bill completely just jobs him out, makes him join class, browbeats him, blows him up, and we're all just like, what the fuck is going on here? Holy shit. I saw him do it to Henry Godwin. Like, the only one who was smart enough to be like, yo, fuck, this was Flash Funk. Like, he was down there and he was supposed to be doing it. And he was like,
Scorp is
yeah, he was like,
Scorp.
nah.
I
Yeah,
mean, it was probably this.
yeah, but,
Yeah.
So it was, keep going. Talk
yeah,
about,
girl had like
talk
a
about like
like
what,
attitude ever. He's there doing high knees and
yeah,
shit.
mind blown. Talk about like a Deep South practice and how physical, what, like a day in the life.
Yeah,
was
so tryout is over. It was difficult, but I got through it. So now it's time. I'm officially signed. I have my visa, and I show up and it's day one. Bill calls me to the office right away, and he says like, "Wow, you're looking great," and like like a 10 and stuff. And I try to put on some weight and all that. Got a brand new haircut. I was at the time in the best shape of my life. Yeah. So he's like, okay, we'll join everybody, and we'll start class. And this is when we would do a full day, and you weren't there yet.
How long was a full day there?
Like,
Depending on Bill's mood.
yeah.
Literally?
Like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
to like 2 or 3.
Sometimes if his daughters were in town, there was fucking a couple hours, like 3
Yeah,
hours,
yeah,
2
yeah.
hours. But if they weren't and he was in a bitchy mood, he goes like a 6.
We did maybe like a month or 2 of that, and then they got the Dave Taylor guys, the Bill class, and it was separated, like afternoon, morning.
Yep. Yeah. After there was a lot of complaining.
Yeah,
From
anonymous letters.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Like
Which I never wrote one. I actually never did.
I got pinned. Remember that letter that everyone said was Santarelli that wrote it?
That's
And
what
like,
I always thought. It was.
Dude, I got 100% blame for that one. Like 100. Like to this day, it's still like.
You want to explain that what happened?
I barely remember exactly what happened.
It was early on in my Zach and I had been in
Bro,
there like a month.
the whole roster
and I never,
turned on me.
Bill fucking marches into like the way the backstage of Deep South was. There was like a common area like we all are, like couches and chairs and shit, and then the 2 lockers, 2 separate doors, and there's like a bulletin board. And he marched in and printed out something from a dirt sheet.
Damn,
and put
Bill
it up.
loves the bulletin board.
I know, he put this like
Fucking
dirt sheet
loves it.
letter up of complaining about Deep South or something.
There was certain things,
Yeah.
but that letter was sent to like certain guys on the roster. Remember?
I don't know. I had nothing to do with
I
it, though.
barely remember it, and then like there were certain things in it. I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was either Brodus that wrote it or Santarelli, but it was like I was like
I think it was Kali.
dude, yeah,
Yeah,
Colin.
Colin. Really go bad, don't feel bad.
I love my Bill, man.
I got the fucking
Bill's a fucking shit, man.
Bill was sick, man. He make me wrong,
Really
man.
good.
I'm gonna be a trainer.
He is a trainer now.
I'll show you.
Yeah,
I know.
Ricardo Rodriguez is the head trainer of his school.
He lives in India?
Ricardo left Orlando and he's staying in India for 9 months. To be the
That's
trainer.
not worth
And like,
it.
dude, he messaged me. He's like, "Yo, I'm making great money, but I'm training like 11-year-old kids how to wrestle in India."
I can actually add a little bit of a tidbit to the story that probably none of you guys know of.
Oh,
When they picked up that dirt sheet deal,
developmental exclusive.
O'Reilly taps me on the shoulder, and he goes, "Nobody likes a fucking snitch, so don't post shit online." I said, "I'm not posting anything online." He's like, "Yeah, one of the little kids you talked to at the Chinese restaurant too." It's like, "I know you're spilling shit to him. No one appreciates that, and I know where you live." And he's like,
He threatened you?
"Yeah," and he's like, "It'd be a shame if something happened to you on your walk
This
home."
is Connor, the
Wait,
ascension.
what the
Yeah.
fuck did he?
Yeah,
What?
So I'm
I
like,
can't
what
picture
the-
any of this.
yeah.
Is he being serious?
Yeah. Like the way, and it wasn't like.
The fuck was he talking about?
Yeah, it was so weird, man.
But dude, this is the thing.
He's like,
Connor,
he's like, no one likes a fucking snitch, and I was like,
dude, I bet he
okay,
was
and so it wasn't me.
No.
I
No, he
bet
wasn't.
He was joking.
He's a different guy now. Like, he's cool, like, chilled out.
Really?
Now. But back then, it was like,
Yeah, because he's fucking.
it was like,
Max.
Deep South got, like, segregated into Bill's guys,
Yeah,
and the guys were kind of like, this place is kind of fucked up.
I don't care. You know what? You could
You
be
know,
right.
and it
You
was
could be
like-
right. You could
it's
be right
tough.
that he wasn't being serious, but Bill put him up to it. It's like, hey, just fucking scare Kenny. Stop. Tell him to stop posting shit online, because I guess maybe they thought I was one of the guys, but I wasn't. I didn't care.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like I cared, but not like that's not a way for me to get revenge. Like my way of getting revenge was, whatever physical joy you're gonna do, I'll just do it the best, or I'll make sure that I finish it.
I wish more people had your mentality. That was a very good mentality.
Yeah.
Other people's just writing letters, bitching.
And then but then after that.
Well, that's what got him out too. So that actually was a good thing.
Yeah, but then after that, Nykirk actually was the guy that pulled me aside. Yeah, he pulled me aside and he's like,
I like Nykirk.
yeah, no, I really do. And I liked working him too. He was actually willing to kind of stray from the style that Jody wanted,
Yeah.
which I thought was real cool. And he's like, yeah, he says, I hear you're having a real rough time. And then like as he was talking to me, Knox came up, and Knox was like, yeah, man. He says like, you ever think about what you'd be doing if you weren't here? And I'm like picturing me in Japan again. I'm like, I guess I'd be trying to get to Japan. I don't know.
I guess I'd be wrestling in the
Yeah,
Tokyo
and then
Dome
he-
in front of 60,000 fans.
And then Knox was like, well, for me, like I'd just be driving my dad's truck, and I can't, even though it sucks here, I'd rather not be doing that. And then Nykirk was like, yeah, if you ever feel down, if you need someone to talk to, you can call me. And then O'Reilly's like, yeah, Nykirk calls me all the time, fucking bawling his eyes out like a baby. He's like, no, I don't. It's like, you're the one that fucking bawls his eyes out. He's like, well, yeah. He says, well, we're bawling each other's eyes out, calling each other, and you need someone you can fucking call and talk to, and then it all goes away. You'll be fine. So, I don't know, man. Find someone to talk to, like Kevin or fucking anybody.
This is a really weird.
Yeah, it was weird, and I'm just kind of like, okay. And that was it. And
What do you think? That's like
someone to
Bill,
call
like, hey,
him.
get in this kid's head?
Yeah, I think like
See.
I think like Bill was
See if
like
he's depressed or
no. I think Bill thought that I was a guy possibly writing stuff, and he sent one of those guys to come say something to me, and I think O'Reilly went like that route beforehand, and then Nykirk was like, no, Kenny's a nice guy, let me talk to him. And then like when Knox and O'Reilly came back, they just sort of made it into this weird thing that just wasn't really.
You know what's crazy about life when you think about it though? So we all have different experiences with different people and like the outlooks.
Yeah.
We've all dealt with different people in different parts of their life. Like you guys have this stories of O'Reilly, Connor, and like
It's two
Yeah.
like
and,
different
dude,
worlds.
Connor was
Yeah.
like a big brother to me. He was always the guy at Developmentally when I first got there. He'd tell his dad, he's like, "Yo, come ride with me," and like he's like, "I'm paying gas."
Yeah, I think
Just
it's one of those
ride,
deals
we'll
though,
talk.
where it's like it wasn't them. It was like, okay, we're gonna do good cop, bad cop, and which one you want to be, kind of thing. And it's like,
Dude, Developmental
you know
does
what I mean?
crazy shit.
Yeah.
Makes people crazy.
Yeah.
So like what I'm seeing is I'm like, wait, you guys are just fucking full of shit. But whatever, I'm not gonna take your word for anything.
Did you get along with Bill?
It's weird. I'll tell my bills once he's done.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean that's when the dirt sheet stuff went up. That's pretty much what I came out of it with.
Well, let me add to that story because it's funny that you mentioned you're setting all this because
Yep.
I have a flashback of something that kind of ties in with that now that I think of it. Remember when Johnny Ace came down to the school and we all thought Bill was going to get fired? Oh, they can.
He's like telling you privately.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to add something to that. Sorry. Is this loud enough? I'm going to add something to that. Do you remember when Johnny Ace came to the school and we all thought Bill was going to get fired and Bill even thought he was going to get fired?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Do you remember we made a pact? It's like if he asks us anything if it's bullshit, we're gonna fucking
We
plead our
have to.
case.
Yep.
And do you remember you and I sat together on the top fucking bench?
Yeah.
Like, and then fucking, remember Nykirk came and sat in between us and he made a joke. He's like, I don't want you guys to say anything. I forget how he phrased it, but it was basically like, it was purposely done by design so we can't be like, yo, fuck this, you want to do this, blah, blah. Like, he squeezed in between us to basically cut us off because
So
we
we
were
couldn't
the
come
two.
up with a game plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And honestly, you remember we made the pact with like, if they fucking say raise your hand or something like that, fucking we got to do it. And then because we were under the impression
like he's gonna say, is there a fucking issue here? And we were both willing to be like, yes, there is, but that wasn't the speech. The speech was like, if anyone has a fucking problem here,
I'll
get
never
the
forget
fuck
that.
out.
'Cause that was, yeah, that was
After
the...
Rambola wrote the letter, from my computer.
Yeah.
Rambola came to my house on my computer, sent it to Johnny Ace. I fucking read it. It was awesome. He actually showed it to me before he sent it. Whatever. I guess I'm guilty of that.
What was the letter exposing?
Bro, it was this fucking long, and Rambolla's actually smart. It was well
exposing
written.
Bill,
Yeah,
like being
100%.
bully and stuff?
Yeah. Yep, exactly. He's like,
I just remember what you said. I remember the rumor going around was like, oh shit, Johnny's coming. That Bill's finally either like done or like he's gonna put
and
an end to this.
Bill would make a joke to the guys. He's like, are you still gonna talk to me after I get fired? Because he thought
Maybe that's why.
over.
I just remember everyone's being like, oh, this is gonna be crazy, and then Johnny completely spun. I was like, you bunch of fucking pussies. This is your fucking coach. Like it was like, if I hear any more complaints, we were like, oh shit, this is not. This did not go the way.
I knew I was done at that point. That was the end of me. I was like, well, I'm trapped because he said if anybody wants a fucking release, a transfer to OVW, if one more person has, get the fuck out. You're not getting a transfer. You could go home. This is it. So I was like, okay. So I basically was just told there. I was like that. I'm now stuck here. I can't ask to get transferred. I'm stuck, and Bill's my coach, the guy who wants to slice my throat. I said this is gonna go really well. My future in the WWE is fucking bright and shiny.
So you got along with it?
See, like, no, it was weird because like when I came in, like, so when we started at my group of people, I was the first group of people to start at the WWE Performance Center, and things were way different than it was like in fucking FCW,
which got real bad.
Yeah, because like everyone, like the people that was in FCW with Bill originally, they had this one outlook of like some people loved Bill or were Bill guys.
So he does. He splits it.
Other people had like it seemed like they had been in a war and came back with like post-concussion stress syndrome.
Yeah,
because
PTSD.
They had PTSD. So we're at the PC and like there's all certain guys like, oh no, Bill, PTSD, Bill. But Bill was like a lot more laid back and calm, but wasn't at the same time. Because like people would walk in like the room and we'd wait to see if Bill was on the floor because we're like, what kind of mood is Bill gonna be in? Either you're gonna walk in and Bill's gonna be like, hey, how you doing, champ? Like fucking hell yeah. Or it's gonna be this.
Yeah, he's bipolar.
And like it ruins your day. It fucks your whole day because then you're like, fuck, I gotta deal with Bill all day.
But he does it knowing it's gonna fuck your day.
But this is the thing, like, sure, like, so it's weird because like I don't know if Bill's bipolar or he has this weird Jekyll and Hyde thing because if you ever got called or asked him, like, hey, can I come talk to you in your office about something? I need to talk to you. Or hey, like this happened, I need to talk to you. You'd go into his office and it'd become a different world. Like he was like Bill DeMott, the dad, that like to his kids and his family, because he was the nicest human being ever behind doors. When my dad passed away, he pulled me in the office and he goes, "Leave, go home right now." He's like, "Go home, deal with your shit." I'm like, "Well, no, I gotta work." He's like, "No." He goes, "I'm making you take a week off. If you need any more time there," he's like, "I don't care how long you need to take off." He's like, "Your fucking family's first. You go home right now." And like, it didn't count against me at all. Like, and like, I came back, but then at the same time, Bill, like, I feel like when he was out in front of all the, like, and like Bill did that with a couple people, so it wasn't just like me, like, but it was the same thing out on the fucking floor. It was like he had to play his gimmick, like the hard ass fucking. I had this
tough enough cameras were rolling.
Yeah, in his head. Hard, like, and like it just changed. Like earlier in the day, we're in the office, and he's like, "Hey, come in the office. Let's talk. Let's catch up. See how things are going here." And I'd go out of it like one of two ways. A, like, hell yeah, Bill likes me. This is going to be a good day. This is going to be a good week. Or he'd speak in these weird riddles that you'd leave being more confused. He's like, today's Tuesday, but we need you on a Friday, but it's Thursday. And you'd leave and you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I remember...
He was just hungry.
I stopped. I think what kind of got me over with Bill is I stopped letting him at all bull me around. One time he said, "You're the fattest 200-pounder I've ever seen." And like, this is at the point I got really high.
He's saying it just to fuck.
And I looked over at him and I go, "Well, Bill, you're just fucking fat." And he goes, he takes out his tooth, plays with, and he goes, puts it back in. He goes,
and he ate it.
All right. And he walked off. And
really?
I was like,
took out his tooth and ate it. No.
You know, because he always had that weird tooth.
He ate it. It was like a cyanide. It was one of the cyanide teeth. He died.
It's so weird that everyone has different. It's so weird. People have different experiences.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I could tell. Like everyone kind of seemed like Bill was trying to like clean up his image. But it was one thing behind closed doors.
It's like, oh, you fucking got me. You found me out.
Bill was just on like a podcast, and literally I was like, I always listen to podcasts when I drive, and I was having like all these like mixed emotions because like literally every 3 minutes I'm like, he was saying things and be like, oh, I remember like the good parts of him, like why I liked him, and then like the next 3 minutes I'm like, this condescending piece of shit, like where I can't trust him, and then like it was flipping every within every story, and I was like going crazy just listening to it because he makes you feel that way.
Sometimes he was cool. He'd act like some of the boys, like people would practice. He's like, okay, everyone, we're going out to the bar. I'm buying drinks.
Where did he do this?
Like in Deep South.
Oh, I was like, wait, he could do this at porn star.
No. And he went out and like everyone would be drinking. They'd be up till like 6 in the morning.
We would go to his house and party and like rage.
But then he'd switch it. He'd go, you guys would rage until like 5 in the morning. Then he goes, see you guys at 9.
Yeah, but it wasn't. That was all. You didn't get fucked for that. It was all like and then you show up fucking half hungover and half hammered, and you win him over. Like it wasn't like
he's like, oh yeah, this is one of the
that was the stuff that made him like you.
So
yeah,
weird.
but
that's
then
nothing to do with.
But then the guys that didn't go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Optional.
Optional is the worst,
dude.
Optional Saturdays and
that
shit.
That would become the debate over developmental. So like Bill and his bulletin board, when Bill's there, like the schedule would come up, and anytime somebody added, we'd wait for papers. Like you couldn't just leave sometimes, because sometimes he'd wait till like, even though you're able to leave after your schedule. Dude. We knew something's gonna get posted at 3:30, so we'd all wait till 3:34 just see if anything gets posted. Because he didn't send out emails. Like Baldo's awesome with that. Like Baldo's like fuck the bulletin board.
Because he's professional.
He has a group email and he'll send out 5 emails a day. Like this.
Because he's just gonna tell you something like a normal person, not play a fucking mind game with the whole fucking roster.
Yeah. All right, everyone, see you tomorrow. And as soon as you leave, you post something on the board, and then what the fuck? It's like, well, I was on the board.
As soon as the last guy
the cleaning guy saw it, he knew there was fucking practice.
But the
optional
thing, it'd become a debate where we're like, are you going? Because if you go, I need to go.
Yeah.
But if we don't, none of us go, then we're fine.
Yeah. But then you're gonna Brad J and tell you he's not going, and he will show up.
Yes. Yeah.
So you gotta go.
Like my roommate ended up being Jody Christopherson, who's Garrett Dillon. Like he was one of my roommates down there, and I remember randomly it was 4th of July weekend. All I'm doing, I'm going over to APOC's house, I'm getting fucking drunk, and I'm not doing shit for 3 days. So Jody's there. Jody doesn't drink, so he's the sober one driving us around. Yeah. And he checks his email. He's like, "Oh, hey, I just got a message from Bill." And I'm like, "Don't open it." He's like, "Oh, I gotta open it." So he opens it. He's like, he sent this to like probably only 15 people. Hey guys, if any of you
out of what 80?
Yeah. He's like, if any of you guys ain't doing something tomorrow, I'm gonna have an open ring at 8 in the morning. This is on the 5th of July. I'm going to have an open gym at 8 in the morning. And Joey's like, oh, he sent me this email. And then there's like, and if you get this, spread the word, bring more people. And so Jody's one of the ones that got it. And
open ring?
Weird.
Oh,
8 in the morning?
So shitty.
The fuck for what?
After the 4th of July, so I freaking, so I'm like, Jody, you're not going. I'm like, he's like, but Bill sent me an email. I gotta go. I'm like, Jody, don't fucking go, because if you go, I gotta fucking go, because he knows I live with you. So Jody's like, he wakes up like, fuck it, Jody, let's go. And I'm all hungover. I drank a bottle of Jim Beam the night before.
What day is this? A Saturday?
No, this is July the 5th.
Well, I don't know what.
We had a break.
Did you have off for the July 4th?
We had 6 days off.
You were supposed to be off that fucking day?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
He sends us
He says, come train at 8 o'clock.
But he says,
but it's optional.
Yeah.
No, it's not! It's not optional!
He's like, and then...
You'll get the stink eye if you didn't show up.
I show up at 8 in the morning with Jody, and there's like maybe 7 people there. And Bill's like, oh, we see who wants it now. And like, Bill's in his gear and stuff. I'm like, oh no, Bill's getting in the ring. And like, I'm hungover as fuck. And Bill's like, oh, let's warm up a little bit. And I'm like, I look over at Bill, I'm like, Bill, I'm not warming up. And he goes, what? And I'm like, I drank a bottle of Jim Beam last night. I'm going to sit here and stretch, then we can wrestle. And he's like, I like your style, kid. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, because he just showed up. All you gotta do was show up.
On?
But that's like Make a Deal Friday. It was like one of those things where it was actually like one of the few things in Deep South that was kind of like a camaraderie thing where like we could have fun and kind of chill out.
Yeah.
But I found this out years later. He would write an email and be like, they are willing to do this to get out of practice because they don't want to work hard. And he would be always like, putting the knife in our back about it.
Yeah. I didn't know that. So in the end, I ended up looking like the biggest douchebag by doing it. Or suggesting it? Is that what you mean? Or
yeah, he's like they're willing to do this because they don't want to train that.
Yeah, they're that desperate to not wrestle.
I remember my got to slam the bag.
Yes, my favorite was it was 40 times he had to slam the freaking bag in under 7 minutes. That was the fucking
What was Bill's thing with this
listen,
goddamn
listen,
bag?
make it
No, it was less than that. It was less than that.
No, it was because you did it in half that time. That's what it was.
Yeah, I killed it.
No, the record was 7 minutes. You had to do it 7 minutes, 40 times in under 7 minutes. You did it 40 times in like fucking 3.5 minutes.
Maybe.
You shattered it because Bill's like, I should have doubled it. Like he shattered that fucking
And
thing.
he was pissed because like his little game backfired.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
backfired
yeah.
horrible. Because Omega's a cardio machine, so he's in the
Yeah.
ring just slamming this thing. He would have been better off doing it with me. I would have been like, oh, after the third slam.
That fucking bag, like Bill, like since Bill's left, that bag's never came out again.
Really?
Bro,
Like,
did you go through this with
wait,
the bag?
so I got lucky when I went in. Like everyone else has to start. Like all the other guys started in the super beginners class. Somehow me, Sean Ricker, who's Eli Drake now in TNA,
Yeah.
got bumped up to Billy Gunn's class when we first got there. So we're like, hell yeah! So we
That's
look
when I
over-
went. I was in the.
Yep.
Yeah.
We look over at all of our friends, like Callisto and all these guys who are in the beginners class, and Bill's like, okay, kids, we're going to catch the heavy bag today. And they're taking turns picking up this giant fucking heavy sandbag and throwing it at each other. You had to catch it and take a
Crossbody.
crossbody.
Taking the bump,
And
yeah.
but I'm like, in my head, I'm like, how is this like catching a crossbody? Because if I'm catching a guy in crossbody in real life, he's going to come down on his hands and knees and not touch me. But now I'm going to catch a 150-pound heavy bag on my
Yeah.
fucking chest. And I'm watching people like Callisto's like,
And like,
yeah,
yeah.
get ready
I'm there.
and freaking.
Yeah.
I look over and some big guy just goes, and it hits Callisto and he just goes,
yeah.
Through the fucking wall.
Yeah, exactly.
no, it like launched him out of the ring and man, he's like,
Yeah.
No, my favorite one with the heavy bag was we all had body slam the heavy bag. I'm body slamming the heavy bag and Bill's shitting on the way I'm doing it, and he's like, MVP, get in the ring and body slam Kevin the way he's body slamming the heavy bag.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
if I'm doing it wrong and I'm dropping the heavy bag on his head, why do you want a human being to pick me up and throw me on my fucking head?
I heard Bill did that to Enzo one time because apparently Bill like hated Enzo Amore and I
Crazy.
fucking love Enzo.
That kid is so
Dude,
money, just
so like when
money.
he first
Yeah.
got there,
Isn't he a
Uh,
Triple H guy?
Enzo's awesome.
He's from Triple H's gym. Or
Yeah.
whatever. But
So
that-
I
that's
guess
not
when
fun.
Enzo first got there, like he's green as grass, like never wrestled before. And like he's got Bill's having to do crazy blow just he picks up someone for like shitty body slam. Bill's like, oh no, he's like, you just hurt that guy. This is what happened. Bill just goes, and fucking
Wait,
like,
Bill picked up Enzo?
yeah, it just went blah, and like Enzo's like,
See,
wow.
I always had this theory about
And he jumped
Bill.
on his
I always
head?
had this theory about
I
Bill,
wasn't
which
there for
you
this.
kind of go
This
against
is
the
like-
theory. Like
Okay.
people who could wrestle came to him that had some experience and could go. He kind of gravitated towards, and then people like Rambola and Oleg who didn't know anything. Bill
Yeah.
didn't know enough to teach you from scratch to help you, so he ripped you off right away and tried to like kind of bury you. So like that's what that reminds me of. Like he's like, I can't teach this kid from scratch, so I'm just gonna bury him.
I think you
know?
both were there. Remember Ebola was in the ring when Bob Holly was 6 weeks training there? He got in the ring with Ebola. Every time he locked over Ebola,
Bob
he
Holly
would
punched him in the face.
he would
Yeah,
lock over him and
yeah,
shoot his
yeah.
fist through, and he just kept punching Ebola in the mouth until
Yeah.
Ebola's mouth was bloody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, none of that shit happened at PC because you
Yeah,
know
it's
why?
why- the
There's
cameras.
cameras fucking everywhere. And like we're like, one day we're like, no one watches these cameras, and Xavier Woods finally got called to the main roster, which he's fucking the man.
Yeah.
And like he came back down for a class. He goes, yeah, so you know how we think no one watches these cameras? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, so I'm up at the office. They gave me because I guess when you get called in the main roster, now you get the tour of the fucking gimmick, and you can go in the room and get your
Yeah.
box of merch and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So he's like, I'm up in Triple H's office, and first of all, in the room, there's a fucking. He's like the biggest TV I've ever seen, like a 100-inch TV. With the live feed of the PC on in Triple H's office,
Dude, it's
that
in
plays
the,
24.
It's in the
fucking
Ultimate Warrior
7.
doc on the network. I almost fucking took a bump when I
Yeah.
saw it.
So we're all
Warrior
like-
comes in for the meeting with him, and
So-
you see it. It's
Wow.
live.
So what the
Yeah.
fucking fuck? If this is all videotaped, how the hell did Bill get away with
This
doing
is
everything?
like way
No,
later.
that's like the
Way
performance
later.
center though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bill didn't do anything at the PC.
Bro, I had
That's why
I had two of the guys. I had Chase Donovan and Chad Baxter on my podcast where
No,
they
that's
weren't at the
FCW,
PC.
dude.
That was
How close.
FCW.
Oh.
I wasn't
Yeah.
there for any of that, so that's
Yeah.
why I was like, I got a different version of Bill.
Oh, actually, they demoted him to the office when they opened the performance center because all that shit was. Yeah, and then he got an
came
office
back,
job. He wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
shit.
right.
Okay, we're running out of time, so we got to get to how this all ended.
Yep.
Yeah, how
Let's
did
go
it
live.
end?
How-
So much more.
Fired, and you two quit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Can you
badass.
abbreviate
Wow.
as to what that was like and why?
How cool does that make us?
And I need we're low on time.
I don't
so-
know.
I mean, we're one of the some of the only people to ever quit.
He quit from my apartment. He wrote his resignation letter.
Yeah, I did.
That's the most
I'll give you
famous
guys the
Kevin
closed
Weber
notes
gig.
version. I had submitted a number of storyline ideas, and I just thought that, hell, if they don't bite on any of these, I just don't see myself putting up with this any longer because I felt like I could go in the ring, and I felt that I had things that I could contribute, and I felt that of all these guys that were going up and giving kind of our developmental a bad name because they weren't doing a good job on their darks or their TVs or whatever, I either had to do something to stand out amongst that on my own, or just have the right person see my ideas and then give me a shot from that. So when that didn't pan out, I just said, okay, well, I exhausted all my options, and like how Johnny A said, don't just quit, come talk to me first. And so I actually emailed Johnny Ace first before quitting. And I said, like, hey, look, my heart really isn't in this. I feel like I have a lot to offer, but maybe what I have to offer is kind of what I was striving for to begin with, and that's, my skills overseas in Japan. And he said, well, it just so happens that I have very good rapport in all Japan. I can send you there. And, yeah, man, like, you deserve to be wherever you want to be. And the door is always going to be open for a talented guy like you. So go there, get it out of your system, call me, and then you can come back. Open door policy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, wow, that's awesome. So I said, well, that just pretty much made my decision. And then, yeah, from Kevin's computer, again, just wrote my...
All the damage was done.
Did no one have computers down at Deep South? Did everyone just use your computer?
A lot of guys did, yeah.
Maybe that's why I got blamed for fucking
10
writing
years
these
ago,
letters.
bro.
They just have Kevin's IP address as this kid.
Yeah, so I wrote my release out, and I said, like, hey, I'm hoping effective immediately that I could just bounce. I just want to get out of here. And so I gave my letter to Bill, and like,
Is that what you cut? Did you already quit when you cut the Plumber Lou Dooley? Like, no fucks given?
no,
Plumber Lou
no,
Dooley?
that was,
So the last time I saw you...
Plumber Lou Dooley.
Yeah, okay, you cut that. You
I
said,
cut so many, like, Darth Vader promo.
but it was
you
like
know what I mean?
very unreal that you were like, maybe I belong in the X Division. You said that in a promo I was going to the
He
office.
said,
Yeah,
maybe I'm
something
one
like
two
that.
total nonstop action.
That's what you said, and then you did the Plumber Lou Dooley thing, like not giving a fuck.
Yeah,
And that was like
yeah,
the last time I saw you.
And that's what I remember Bill was like, well, he snapped.
Then
That's
O'Reilly,
it. He's done.
then O'Reilly.
So
tried
you
to
hadn't
give me
written the
a
letter
Yeah.
before that? You hadn't.
I had not.
Oh, wow,
I had
okay.
not. And actually, at that point, I remember that actually Suede had cracked before me.
Yeah.
Where Suede had a real like heart-to-heart sit-down with Bill. And I was like, wow, I can't
I
believe
didn't
like...
know, I didn't know about
Yeah, I was
that.
like, I can't believe Suede cracked before I did. It's like, I thought I was doing bad. It's like,
What, Bill was getting to Suede?
like just everything was.
It's a lot to deal with. It's
Yeah.
not just one.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
one thing.
tell
It can't
me
just
more.
be done. It can't just be put on Bill because it's the whole situation. It's a
Nah,
No,
man.
I'm not saying Bill's a problem. Like,
No. What
no,
the
mental.
hell was
saying.
that?
It's
It's
that
its own
that Groundhog Day and all this shit.
Yeah,
You gotta do.
right,
It sucks.
right.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's a grind on you.
Yeah, so long story short, everyone always said, just wait till you walk down that fucking entrance and you know that you're on the main roster, and then you'll know it was all worth it. So I gave it the shot to see if I could get up to the main roster. I had guys going to bat for me, and then, like, one of them, the main guy's Great Gagne or whatever, fired. So
Yeah.
that sucked. And the guys that, were gunning for me, Johnny Ace, Dr. Jess, Steve Williams, they're all, like, Japan guys. And they're like, no, go to Japan, go to
Yeah.
Japan.
So I thought it was cool anyway.
Yeah. So, thinking that I'd be going to Japan, that's what I did. It didn't work out. I was like, I got in better shape, like gained on my weight back that I lost from absolute depression in Deep South. And then I was like, Johnny, I'm looking like $1 million again for the time, It's like, I'm ready to go to all Japan. He's like, well, you're kind of not a star, not what they're looking for right now, so can't help you, buddy. And then, like, that was
his
it.
email response?
Yeah, that was it.
The
And I was
last time
like,
you've spoken to him?
yeah.
And all that
Yeah.
flirting led to that.
I know. I was like, oh, man.
You think he was butthurt that he invested all in you? And
I think so, and I felt really bad about that.
You might be, if you would have stayed, you and Johnny Ace might be best friends right now.
I know, it's
What led to
crazy.
your decision?
So me, I was in development for 2.5 years. And before I got there, I had people tell me, like, oh, you're going to go right to NXT television when you get there. Like, that's the plan.
It's kind of the way, if you have any experience and you're kind of good.
And dude, when I
And
got
you have a
signed,
buzz? Yeah.
I'm not putting myself over, but I had a huge buzz at the time.
Yeah.
For them to sign a 5'8" guy, there has to be something there. So I'm like,
100%.
I love WWE. I'm going performance. They're gonna be first class. I get there and freaking like I'm there for like it's like 2 weeks and like I'm like damn I want to wrestle. Like 2 weeks is the longest I haven't wrestled in like 10 years, and that was a long time for me. So then finally I was the first guy of the new class to get a dark match on a live event. I wrestled Xavier Woods. We fucking killed it. Everyone loved it. I'm like hell yeah, I'm gonna be wrestling on all the shows now. I'm gonna debut. And Then I didn't wrestle again for 7 months.
That's crazy.
Bill didn't put me on a live event again for 7 months.
Why? Why do you think?
He told me, he goes, oh, we already know what you can do. You can work, you can wrestle. We got to give other guys opportunities to like learn. So like it's just a matter of waiting for you.
You think Bill was fucking you?
I don't know, because then I asked one of the writers, like, because Brian Ward's like, yeah, we're gonna debut you soon, and then the next TV tape is, oh, we're gonna debut you soon. Next set tape is, we're gonna debut you soon. Finally, I was like, well, why didn't I debut? And he keeps saying, he goes, well, we got to get you on live events first. I'm like, well, I'm not on live events. Like, he goes, well, we got to get you on live events before you do anything. And I wasn't on live event for 7 fucking months.
Dude.
So that frustrated me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I started picking up steam. I finally, like, he started putting me on all the live events, and I became kind of like live event fucking
Special?
all-star. Like,
Yeah,
fucking,
people
I
were
was
making
just-
signs for you and
yeah,
stuff.
I was
remember
killing
that.
it in live events, and freaking randomly I got put on every dark match for TV was me, and I had, so I'd be, for a while they were calling me the dark match Undertaker, because 11 straight TV tapings I was in the dark match and went over. I never lost
streak,
a dark,
yeah.
the streak. That will never be topped in
Oh,
NXT
man.
history. So we kept waiting for me to debut, and like it just never happened. Then I got hurt when it looked like I was maybe about to debut, and I broke my leg. Freaking came back, and like I had gotten really good shape, and like we were picking up stuff with the character, and like, but then they didn't understand like this whole hacker thing. But like we'd shot all this stuff for it, and then they're like, we're gonna debut you, and like they debuted the hacker stuff, but it wasn't the hacker stuff, so no one knew what I was. I didn't know what I was, and at this point I was crazy depressed, and I almost left then, and I was like, what the fuck? Because like at that point, like Kevin and Kenta and freaking
All kept going.
and freaking
Finn.
Devitt came in.
Yeah, jumping
and,
the
but
line
they
a little
told
bit,
they told
yeah.
us when they came in, no, there's gonna be like you. Everyone has to do 6 months of development before they get on live events, and they debuted the first TV tape. So like, well, you guys just lied to me. So, and this is nothing against those 3 guys. I fucking love those guys. I'm so fucking happy that Kevin's the man. They got lucky.
Oh, they're all awesome.
Like, but like I felt like I should have been like where I was coming in. I felt I should have been getting the same treatment as them.
Yep.
Like I did the same things they did, and like I busted my ass, and like I was at the performance center for a year at that point, and like every day, like and all the coaches liked me, all the reports, like Norman Smiley would like tell me about the reports. He goes, "Yo, everyone loves you to say you're the hardest working guy down here. Like you kill it in everything you do." I'm like, "Why didn't I debut?" He's like, "Trust me, just be patient, be patient." And they finally debuted me, and like they gave me the ball, but they didn't give me any blockers. And then I watched Kenta and Finn and Kevin and Uha come in and just right over past me.
Shit, there's a
And
lot of
freaking-
guys.
They had a bunch of blockers, and like stuff just wasn't happening. And like everything I was told like wasn't me. Like everything that I was told to do by Bill. Times like you're too aggressive for how little you are. They don't want you to be aggressive because they don't like little aggressive mean guys. I'm like, fuck, like that's
your
all I
whole
am.
shtick,
And
yeah.
like, so like for the longest time, Bill tried to like, and they dumb me down so much. Like Bill's like, no, Bill, dumb me down. So then it finally got to the point, my give a fuck was broken, and I was like, well, fuck, like now I've debuted on TV and I'm getting jobbed out all the time. And like they keep saying they're gonna do something, it never happens. They gave me 10 minutes with Uha on TV, and I was like, fuck it, like he's one of my best buds. I was like, let's go out and kill it. And we went out and killed it. I beat the fuck out of Uha, and we got to the back, and Triple H grabs me and pulls me out. I'm like, fuck, I'm getting yelled at. And he goes, where the fuck has this guy been for the last 2 years? He goes, this is the first time I think you showed up. And I'm like, and like he looks over at Billy Gunn, who's a big supporter of mine, and normally he goes, where's this kid been? He goes, this kid is on every fucking live event that you guys don't use on TV correctly. Like,
Yeah.
and like, so they're like, okay, we'll turn you heel. We have a big idea for you. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. Like, it's going to happen. And then they're like, we're going to put this group with you. I'm like, okay, but like, it's Triple H's brainchild. So I'm like, that'll be good. Triple H is on board with me now.
Yep.
And like, then like, I'd given myself at that point, because I was real depressed and all this. I was like, by the end of the year, my 2.5 mark, if I'm not doing something solidified on TV, I'm going to leave. Because I need to. And it didn't happen more than a year, so I left. I left on real good terms. They said, doors always open to come back. And, like, I guess someone hit up Canyon and Regal, just like, hey, we want to use this guy. We just want to make sure there's no heat or anything. Apparently, Regal and Canyon both put me over. It was like, yo, he's a hard worker. He's a great kid, had a great attitude. Everyone loved him down here. And, like, it just blows my mind so much. If everyone loved me down there, I never got
Right,
any
you're just
opportunity.
never going to have the answers.
So that's why I was like, I'm going to leave while I'm still 28 before I get too old. Because let's say I spend another 2 years there and nothing happens.
Yeah.
So like I left and I was like, I want to go out. I straight up told him, I want to go out and prove I'm the best fucking wrestler in the world. Like, and then make you realize why I got signed in the first place. Because Canyon was really cool with me, but one thing he says, he goes, just so you know, if you do this, he goes, the door might be open, but it's not a definite. He goes, we don't look for white 5'8" guys that often. And I'm like, and I straight up said, and then this is a defining moment of my life. I go, well, you signed me once. And he goes, very true. And then like, they offered me, they're like, hey, we'll pay you for 30 days, but you can't work anywhere. And I'm like, well, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, then we can FedEx you your paperwork tomorrow, and we'll do a special deal where we cut ties with you. You can work wherever you want, but you don't get paid for 30 days. And I'm like, don't pay me. Fucking, I'm going to take this by the balls. That's what I did.
Jesus.
Mike Bucci called me in the gym and he told me, hey, what are you doing right now? I said, I am working out. He's like, oh, you want me to call you back? I was like, no, what's up? He's like, oh, well, listen, it's not really working out. We're going to have, there has to be cuts. And unfortunately, I tried to save your job. You and Danny Gimondo, he's one of my best friends. I pitched you guys to take him. It didn't work out. And unfortunately, we had to let you go. But you're leaving on good terms, which was a bunch of bullshit. Bill got me fired. So that's my story.
And we're leaving this DVD on good terms.
Yeah. We are. See ya.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Fight forever. Don't give up. Fight forever. Don't give up. Fight forever. Fight forever and ever and ever and ever.